Welcome to Monday. Oh, it's not. Welcome to Cunty Tuesday. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, guys. We are here to review and spoil some Superman for you guys. Tonight, I will be joined by Nerdy Geek.
How's it going?
Blue Jay, Cliff on Comics, Degrassi, Dade, and the Owl. What's going on, everybody?
What's up?
I hope you're here to have fun, some positive talk about Superman. All criticism of the movie is welcome. We will not yell at you.
Why would you make that promise when you know that I'm sitting here?
Well, you always your normal talking is yelling. Seriously,
you know.
True. Just saying.
How dare you? As a fellow New Yorker, how dare you?
What are you talking about? I don't want to talk loud over here.
Right, of course.
Already fighting.
Exactly. Bruce and I are already in a fight. It's begun. Oh my
Hey,
God.
Just sit back, relax, while I eat some Superman Keebler cookies. These are strawberries. These are so good. These are strong as heck. These smell so strong.
Oh, man.
This is the number one rule we do not eat on this stream. Turn your damn camera off when you're eating. I will. Don't you do it.
Yeah. Give him some ASMR. Give him some ASMR. Yeah. I want you to chew it right up on the microphone so they can hear it loud and clear. Yes.
Let's say hi to the chat. CJH, finally real unbiased reviews by people who don't upload clickbait like Corp, some biased fandom minutes channels out there. Corp, sorry, it's an ass, but Corp, what the hell? Ask real movie talk. Did I say fandom minutes? Oh, sorry. I mean movie talk channels that don't watch movies or TV shows. Damn. Ed LeBeau. Shout out to the guy that played a triangle in my band 10 years ago. Great guy. Jim Camilli, Full House tonight. Mama Bear. Hello, Mama Bear. Hello, boys.
How you doing, Mama Bear?
Hey, Sugar.
Oh, I'm eating my sugar right now.
Oh, yeah.
They should have promoted Superman better overseas.
Well, that was already going to be difficult
Because
overseas.
the giant floating Superman in the UK. They went to freaking China.
Speaking of overseas, did you guys hear that in India they had to censor Lois and Superman kissing?
Yes, I saw that.
That was
crazy.
That was ridiculous. I'm like,
what the things that go on in that country? You want to censor a kiss? Come on.
Yeah.
And I wonder what kind of Bollywood films am I going to watch now?
Exactly. Like I've seen a couple of Bollywood films and they go crazy. They go nuts. But kissing is too much for them. I don't.
Oh my God!
You're talking about Castro. Hey, everyone. You can't have a Superman talk without RJ popping up in the chat.
You're talking about a country who created the Kama Sutra and they're worried about some kissing?
Yeah. It's crazy. I don't know. I don't get it. As far as the overseas box office, I know the UK, they've been having a heat wave and a lot of the ACs in theaters have broke down.
Oh,
you can't really you can't export American pop culture right now.
Yeah.
They're not having it.
They didn't do too much less than, I mean, overseas didn't do too much less domestically than they did here. Only about 40 million.
Yeah.
And it's still, even though it was only 6 million in China, it's still the highest debut for an American movie in China this year.
Yeah.
Made around 120 opening weekend. That's really good.
Yeah. Speaking of,
they should celebrate that. They should celebrate the fact that this is the biggest opening for a DC film that is not Batman in a while.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah.
And if it tracks the next couple of weekends doing rather well, it will probably break just even.
I heard don't quote me on this. I probably saw it on, I think, Twitter. They said it's on track to have a 50% drop.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's decent. They should be happy.
That's actually really good because last couple of superhero movies have had bigger drops.
Yeah, 65 to 70%.
and it only had a 17% drop between Sunday and Monday. I mean, yeah, Sunday, Monday.
Yeah.
So it's looking to have legs. It might hit 300 million before Friday, between worldwide.
Well, if it does that, then it will track to break even, because supposedly the budget is 225 million.
Hey,
Hey,
they should be.
Raya.
Hey, what's up, Raya? They
Give
should
or
be
take.
happy. They should be happy. They should not be thinking, "Oh man, why did this make $700 million? Why didn't this make $1 billion?"
Well, they've already-
Oh my God! No, they need to be happy. And also, the critic and audience rating is really good too. So they should be.
Well,
should be
they've also
Right.
greenlit a part 2. So
There we go. There
And
we go.
Zaslav was happy, even though
Yeah,
I have
Zaslav's
my
happy.
problem.
Yes.
This I think this movie set out what it was meant to do. Get the conversation talking about DC again, and I think it's done
foot in the
that.
door. And with that, with one of the end credit scenes, it's looking really good to track good for Supergirl. So
Yes.
All right, let's
The
get
end
into
credits
some.
all came before the end credits. Just saying.
All
what?
right, let's get into some.
Yeah, whatever that sequel is, will be shooting when Supergirl opens. That's how
Yeah.
quickly they're turning this around. They're not.
Isn't Supergirl already finished?
Yeah, it's already finished.
It's like the
I
principal photography's wrapped.
dude. After this movie, man, I cannot wait for Supergirl. I can't.
Oh wait, let me add something to that. If there isn't a strike or multiple strikes in May,
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Contracts are up next year.
Knock on
then
wood.
Why?
Superman
Why is
2
there always
again
a
will
strike?
be because contracts are only written every 3 years, and time flies when you're having
Are
fun.
these
Okay.
call Fran Drescher? Call Fran Drescher right now. I want Fran Drescher fully
Has it already been
radicalized.
almost 3 years?
See, that's the thing is that leadership, like in any union leadership are company people. So you're not going to get much from Fran Drescher.
I will be so depressed
Listen,
if a strike
I-
puts this on hold.
I gotta say, Fran Drescher delivered because I never remember seeing union leadership front and center in the news before her. So just for
Yeah, well,
that
I mean,
alone,
she was also selling a nanny reboot that might have had something to do with it.
yeah, but she was looking to pay her people, so I feel like she was on the right ball.
Listen,
But
let me
even
just say this. This is my goddamn show, and there will be no disrespecting anyone on the panel or in the chat. Just saying. So, if you have a wrench, please take care of that person, please,
Oh, let me grab my fan.
because this is a motherfucking super fantastic weekend we just had, and we would not have people like that spoiling my motherfucking week.
You mean Super Jurassic?
I didn't even see what
Nope,
you're talking
we're
about.
still
So I
not
guess
making.
I'm happy.
We're still not making that a thing. We're not making that a thing.
Well, we're not doing super fantastic.
No.
I
no, we're not.
I am doing super fantastic. I am
Super
doing
fantastic.
fantastic.
I said Super Jurassic.
No.
Yeah, I can't
no.
do that one because I gotta tell you, when hot gay slutty glasses could not get my ass into that theater, you you did something wrong. But
I still haven't seen Jurassic World Refund yet. So
You're not really missing much. It's not really missing much.
yeah, I figured that.
Yeah, I guess if you like dinosaurs and you like Scarlett Johansson, you will be all about this.
I'll just stick with the super fantastic weekend.
Yeah, RJ, if I'm not mistaken, the way it works, the way those leadership elections work is it's like how like presidential elections are in other countries. What do they call it? Anyway, where there are a series of votes until they get down to the two best ones. It's like a series of primaries.
a series of primaries, yeah.
Something like that.
All right, let's get into the show. We have a few things to talk about before we get into the hard review that we're going to give it. Everybody's favorite time, box office. Superman opened 125 million. Jurassic Park held on 40 million, only a 56% drop. F1, 13 million, 49%. How to Train Dragon, 30%. Elio still holding on with legs with 30%. 28 years later, 2.7. Lilo and Stitch, 2.7. Mission Impossible, 1.4. Megan 2.0, 1.4, and Materialist 720,000.
Well, people really like How to Train Your Dragon, huh?
They really do.
I still haven't
Really
seen
do.
it, and I kind of never will.
Yeah, I'll probably wait for streaming for that one. I'm just jaded by the live action remakes at this point. It was Lilo and Stitch and Snow White and Mufasa, and I'm just like I'm getting sick of this. No, I'm just gonna wait till it comes on streaming at this point. Like,
It hit VOD today.
oh no, but still not paying for that.
It seems, Universal, Warner Brothers, Disney is dominating the top 10 like they usually do. Disney has had a really good run of successful movies. So it's Warner Brothers kicking it off the year with Minecraft, Sinners, F1, Superman. So, like I always say, box office does not always equate a good movie
Transformers.
or a bad movie.
No, good movies tank hard, and
Did
bad
you
movies
say
roll bank. It
Transformers?
happens.
Jurassic World.
Jurassic World. Stop. Minecraft.
I'm
Yeah,
like Bruce, for I'm with.
I like my
I stopped
Dude.
at the Transformers in 1989.
Minecraft.
I saw the first Transformers. I was like, nope, not for me.
Yeah, I'm out. See ya.
Oh, it is for me, all
Yeah,
right.
I should have got off the train after the first movie.
Michael Bay was not for me. Sorry.
No.
As soon as that last season
Bay is for
of
me.
what was the last season, Victory, hit NHK TV, I was done.
Victory.
Yeah, Minecraft was one of the weirdest movie experiences I've ever had. Like, I watched this stuff at home, and I'm just like, what is going on right now?
Yeah, I watched it with my dad. My dad is very old, and he's here visiting, and we watched it. And just the joy I got from watching him laugh his ass off at this stupid movie that he's familiar with because his grandsons back home play it. I don't know. It was just I was having fun watching my dad have fun, which
I
was
have yet to watch Minecraft.
Shit, drop the coin.
I laughed a few times. I mean, there's like the stupid non sequiturs that kind of come out of nowhere.
Oh, I imagine it's funny. I mean, it had to have made money
Yeah.
for a reason. I just haven't taken a chance to watch it myself.
Little movie.
I like.
Who says for the dinosaurs? I say it's because Scarlo girl bossing that piece box office.
Okay, I could just watch Black Widow again, but okay.
We have a senior nerd sighting. Dia, what happened to your Superman spoiler stream?
So
Hola, Gordine.
So to keep it short, my life is very chaotic right now, and I was trying.
You too?
Yeah, me too.
What's that?
So I was getting prepared to do it yesterday, but I was trying to get some other important stuff done before then, and I had to keep pushing it back, and then it just got too late. So I'm gonna try to do it later this week. I'm gonna try really hard. I apologize for everyone that's been waiting for the spoiler stream. I feel bad with all these false.
You
false
should feel
starts.
bad. I was waiting a half hour. I was
Yeah.
like, what is this?
Yeah,
take your
It's
time,
been
man.
15
Yeah.
minutes and this spoiler stream hasn't gotten kicked off, people. So don't feel bad about nothing.
This is what we do here. Next up, Colin Farrell said he wasn't sure the Penguin would resume filming after it was paused for SAG strike because of how WB scrapped Batgirl. In a world where they can make a Batgirl film and then just can it, I don't understand it. They can decide that it's economically advantageous to just sell 90 million film that people have put so much effort into.
Where's
Park? If they had shelved this show, that would have been totally wrong of them because that show was phenomenal.
Say Batgirl and
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Pierce.
F this story. I put this in just for Perp, just in case he was watching.
Watch. You're gonna pop up in the actual stream.
Yeah, like
Yes.
say Batgirl and Purple
Colin is
appears.
an ally.
No, you don't. You didn't even get this kind of solidarity from an actor who was in the effing movie. So Michael Keaton's like, I don't know. I don't care. I got paid.
I got paid. I got a paycheck. I don't care about the movie. I got a paycheck.
Yeah, RJ, I think.
Well,
I think,
didn't everybody get paid? I mean, for the most part.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sure,
RJ,
but what I'm saying is that Colin here is like stepping up for his fellow performers and other talents that put all that effort into it, and then just shit canned it.
it was. I do feel bad for the people that that worked on it. Like, I obviously don't wish that on any filmmaker that they have their film not be released. I'm still I'm glad that Coyote vs. Acme is getting a release now.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Batgirl was a byproduct of a regime that didn't know what to do with these characters or what to do with their universe, and I feel like it just would have been another mess that just kept the DCEU in a state of mediocrity and split opinions and poor box office. So I don't. Okay, I know Perp's gonna get triggered when I say that, and I'm sorry, but I do think
pop on the stream and be like, "What you just asserted?"
I want Batgirl to be properly established in the DCU, and after Superman, I have all the faith in the world that they will do it correctly. That's all.
I actually agree with you this time, DL.
Here I am.
Moving
One of my
on.
favorite things about this new Sam Raimi movie that's coming out in the spring is how Rachel McAdams has become Raimi's new muse in the future that they have planned together. Is pretty tight.
Chainsaw Reacts. What's up, man?
What?
Chainsaw Reacts.
I don't get it. They would have the more sound financial decision would have been to shelve Black Adam and put the rest of the money into finishing Batgirl. Then it might have gave people more incentive to see the Flash.
I like Black Adam. I very much enjoyed the Justice
I
Society.
enjoy Black Adam.
Yeah,
I don't hate it. I don't.
Yeah, it was fine.
I'm not gonna pull my hair out over it. It's black. It's a Black Adam movie. What does anybody really expect?
Is it really a Black Adam movie? Is it really a Black Adam movie?
Like my thing is, especially like I know everybody wants to grouse about that that Hall of Justice mural in Superman.
Yeah,
but that really does look like Pierce Brosnan to me.
It really does.
Yeah, the Justice Society loved it. Loved them in Black Adam.
Yeah, I mean, I would not have any problem with any of them coming back.
I could have
even Dwayne, but Dwayne's got to wear the ears this time.
Yeah, I could have given a shit about Black Adam. I could have given a shit about Black Adam. I liked seeing the Justice Society in that movie.
Yeah, I wish
we
just had a movie.
That's the very complaint that many people have about Superman is I don't want to care about these other characters. I just want to care about Superman. It's like, make up your mind.
I've never been a huge Black Adam fan anyway. So, but I am.
I like what Jerry Ordway did with them in the Power Shazam book, where he was like a true foil to Billy Batson.
Yeah, they made Black Adam's become a anti-hero. I like when he was just like
I like when he was a villain. I mean,
yeah. I prefer my villains to be villains.
Exactly.
But hey, look on the bright side. Look on the bright side. The hierarchy power of the DC universe has changed.
Yeah, just not on the Rock.
That's why.
All right, let's get through these other topics. I don't want to be here for 2 hours.
That's why I like this Penguin show.
All right, we got the most nominated shows at the 2025 Emmys. We're gonna talk about the Emmys because we talk about movies here. Severance got 27 nominations.
Of course it did.
The Penguin got 24. The Studio got 23. The White Lotus 23. The Last of Us 16. Andor 14. Hacks 14. Adolescence 13. The Bear 13. The Pit 13. And the main cast of Andor got snubbed.
Oh, that's ridiculous considering all of those actors nominations that Last of Us got.
I'm just gonna say this one thing because I'm not too surprised about this, except for one specific show that I don't understand why people like. I'm in season 2 right now, and I'm in pain watching this. Why do people like The White Lotus? Why?
It's good. I love the
Oh,
White Lotus.
thank
I-
you.
Because it's like elevated stuff. It's like elevated bananas stories.
What
like-
was that, Cliff?
If he had said Severance, I was gonna explode.
No, I
He's
haven't
like-
seen.
Oh, I refuse to watch it. The show's like
No, I
Lost for people who liked The Office.
No,
Oh,
it's like
I
I
hadn't
don't.
thought about it that way.
It's like I don't like I don't like Andor either, but I would rather watch Andor over The White Lotus. It is torture. I don't understand the appeal. I don't. It
The
is
third season was a drag. The
Yeah.
first 2 seasons are wonderful. This season was a fucking drag.
I'm not familiar with White Lotus, but I'm familiar with like half of what's up there.
I only watch White
I
Lotus
love me
for
some
two
Mike
reasons.
White, and they desperately want him to do the Catwoman show.
Catwoman show.
Yeah, Mike White doing an international travelogue with Zoe Kravitz as Selena Kyle. Sure, why not? Sign me up.
Yeah. I don't know. I do love Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah, so
I love Mike White too. Mike White's never made or written or produced a bad thing.
All right, next up, James Gunn says the DCU is building towards a big event that is not what anyone thinks after Superman. If people watch the next season of Peacemaker, they'll see where a lot of things are going.
Okay, I'm excited.
So
I'm
when
excited for second season of Peacemaker, of course.
I'm excited for everything, and I'm definitely excited for Peacemaker season 2. Now, what does he mean when he says it's going to lead towards a big event that not what anyone thinks? So what
I'm
are we?
gonna go dark for a minute.
You always go dark. He's going off camera, going away. I don't know. It could maybe he's laying the seeds for something that's going to happen 5 years from now. I don't know if we're going to get a DC Marvel versus DC, but
No, we're not getting that for like, dude.
you know, it's too early for a crisis.
Yeah,
Think
no.
about what the first
No, and you
part.
know what? Honestly,
about
we
what the
shouldn't
first
get
part of
crisis.
Think about what the first part of this is called. The first part of the DCU is called. It's Gods and Monsters.
Gods and Monsters.
Yeah.
Think about what this phase is called. Then we'll see what the next phase is called. It's all going to add to what these names are. I can almost guarantee you. That's how James Gunn.
Monsters and Men, Gods and Monsters and Monsters and Men.
I think that I'm assuming what he's talking about, not what anyone thinks. I can't read, but a lot of people are assuming that they're building up to some sort of Justice League thing, which I think they're going to take their sweet time.
Or
building
World's
that up.
Finest, or
World's Finest, yeah.
I think that a lot of people have said that they think it's building up to something like Kingdom Come or a Crisis or whatever, and I don't think they're going to do that just yet.
Yeah, that's
it's
way
too
that's
early.
way too early. That's way too early. I mean, I know he has the Kingdom Come logo, but they gotta build to that.
I think honestly, I think it has to do with what the names of each of these phases is for DCU.
Yeah. Justice League Dark.
So there's going to be a lot of speculation about this going forward. I think once Peacemaker season 2 comes out, we'll get a clearer picture of where the DCU is going, like you said, and hopefully it's a good place. I'm all aboard. I
know
think
that a lot of the
just think,
Justice Gang are supposed to be there.
anything with Crisis in it is a mistake.
Yeah, it's too soon. But
Anything with Justice League is a mistake.
But they already did introduce some alternate realities, so don't be shocked.
I think that well, they did say that from the previews, some of the Justice Gang is going to be in Peacemaker season 2.
Yeah.
So
I'm not expecting them to have a huge role. I'm not.
Panic in Sky was an okay storyline for me.
I think it's going to have to do with the little pocket dimensions.
Yeah.
The quantum unfolding chamber isn't a door to another universe.
Or
It's a
is
door
it?
to a pocket universe.
Well, that's why I
And
said
like
pocket universe.
anything that Lex Luthor to take anything he said in that movie at his word would probably be a mistake.
Well,
I think
I'm
they're
not
asking.
saying
That's the
taking-
one thing. That's the one. I'm not.
Well, what just happened?
Did we just lose Degrassi?
Yes.
Oh no.
Oh, damn it.
Whoops.
Hey,
No, I just think that those the pocket dimensions are going to be important because not only are they talking about, not only was it mentioned in Superman pretty heavily, but it's also talked about in Peacemaker, and that's been from Peacemaker season 1. So,
I'm also wondering how they're going to address the
I was
Justice
merely
League.
stating in general. I wasn't pointing anyone out or anything. I was just saying in general. I think that's what.
Pepe Le Pew is a skunk and first appeared in 1945. Since then, he's appeared on
What the
countless.
hell, Dave?
random pop up, man.
Random pop-up.
Okay. Anyway, I'm wondering how they're going to address the DCEU Justice League at the end of season 1 because they said
I don't
they're
think
gonna
they have
address-
to.
Well, James Gunn did say he was going to address that, so I'm
Oh,
just
he did?
wondering.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how he's going to do that.
Samir,
I
will
bet-
Lex escape prison?
I'm
Of course he will. He's Lex.
Peacemaker was probably hooked up to one of those machines like Crypto was, and he just thought he was meeting the Justice League.
Oh. I can see that.
He was chasing squirrels, so to speak.
All right. Next up, James Gunn says Supergirl. She's a mess. She's a total mess. I mean, I think as we learned, he had a completely different background from Superman, a much more difficult background. He's had this wonderful upbringing by these two parents and that loved him and were very healthy. And her background was much different than that, and she's ended up different than. All right, keep
Thanks
this
for
in mind.
watching them, bitch.
Keep this in mind because we're going to start our spoilers talk for Superman now.
Yeah.
So keep this in mind, guys.
Okay.
So with that,
Hey, quit messing around.
I'm not messing around. I'm doing important stuff.
Important stuff.
fun stuff here. Good fun stuff here. Like the trailer, we learned that this is the opening of the movie.
Yep.
Mhm.
We got first introduced to Corn Sweat. We got introduced to Crypto. We got 300 years. Was it 300 years? 30 years?
3 centuries.
3 centuries.
3 centuries, 30 years,
3 years,
3
3
years,
months.
3 weeks.
3 months, 3 weeks,
3 months.
3 minutes.
Yeah, 3 minutes, and then that's when
And-
we find him.
And this
I
opens
landed.
up with Superman
Three's the magic
losing
number.
for the first time since he's been Superman for the last 3 years.
I really liked how they established that text. Like I liked how they used the 3 with each of the how they're establishing how the DC universe came to be and how then it connected to Superman and how he this first couple years of being Superman and all that stuff. That was very clever, you know. So that was,
I liked that there's been that instead of saying that the whole DC thing started with Superman at his debut, I like that there's been metas for 300 years. You know, there's
yes.
Oh yeah,
Thank you, Tom King. Thank
I
you,
do-
Tom King.
I do want to do this. I'm going to go down the panel, starting with Nerdy. Your thoughts on Corn Sweat, Brosnahan, and Holt as the 3, main characters of the movie. How'd you like their performances? Were they the right fit for these characters? Starting with Nerdy, then Cliff afterwards.
So I think Corn Sweat I didn't expect him to do that great, and he came out, he surprised me. I didn't expect him to portray Superman and Clark Kent as well as he did. Brosnahan is probably my favorite portrayal of Lois Lane live action. And the same thing with Nicholas Holt. His Lex Luthor was great. I loved all 3 of them. It was a strong, focus on those 3, and all 3 of them did a great job. I thought they did great.
Cliff?
I couldn't agree more. But it's funny because when I saw The Politician, I already thought, wow, this guy looks like Superman. And someone even made a line in the show about him looking like Superman. And then the minute I saw her in Ms. Maisel, I was like, oh my God, she looks like classic Lois Lane. I love her. And then when they announced them, I was like, oh my God, this is my dream casting. So, and yes, we got a fantastic Lex, Lois, Superman. Lois got to be Lois, which was amazing, you know. And I if y'all don't know what I mean, then I don't know if you know Lois, you know, but she got to be the real reporter. She got to save the day in her own way. Everybody, I'm really sad for the guy that played I can't even remember the character's name. Isn't that terrible? Ron Trump, right? They call Ron. Ron is even on Mr. Terrific's ship when Lois takes off. He don't have a single line. This man, who in the comics shows up, is a prominent black reporter. Wait, doesn't he marry? He marries Lana's sister in the comics, I think.
Yep.
I mean, he's got like a whole history, and it's like you come to Ron and doesn't get a single word. So I felt really bad for Ron. I like Kat. I love Jimmy. I even love Eve Tessmacher. I was like, this bitch played the long game. Good for her. So, stars across the boards for these people.
DL?
Well, you guys know how much I love my Henry Cavill. You know, up until this point, he was my favorite Superman. I think David Cornsweet edged him out. I think he did. And like I said, I didn't know anything about him before this movie. Obviously, I saw him in Twisters, and he was okay. But this, he nailed it. Obviously, he looks like Superman, and what made him edge out Henry Cavill to me is that I loved how relatable they made him. They made him very more down to earth. I didn't mind them making him a more vulnerable Superman, because I know that was like, it was a complete opposite with Henry Cavill, making him like this godlike figure, and people couldn't like connect to him on a personal level as a character as much. But
let me cut in. You can continue after I say that.
Yeah.
One big criticism that's always been about Superman is that he's too powerful, too G. You know, who can relate to him? But you know, people can relate to a billionaire in a goddamn iron suit. I do like that he opened with this scene, because it shows that he's not invulnerable. He can be hurt and beat. Go ahead, DL.
No, yeah, you're absolutely right. But yeah, we got to see more of his personality, you know, like I didn't feel like we got enough of it in like the previous versions, but it's like, I really liked how I really connected to him really quickly. And also just seeing him be the Boy Scout that just does the right thing because I love that, you know, even just seeing silly stuff like him saving the dog or saving the squirrel or whatever, and all that stuff. I love seeing all that. I love actually seeing him make a connection with the people in Metropolis and all that stuff, and actually going out of his way to preserve life. I love that. He embodies Superman so much to me. Rachel Brosnahan, she's the best live action Lois. I instantly thought that coming out of the theater. Like this, she nailed it right out of the comics. And all respect to the previous versions, Amy Adams and Margot Kidder and all, and who's the actress in Superman and Lois?
Erica
yes,
Durance.
All respect to her. But like Rachel Brosnahan, Lily just nailed the character so well. She obviously looks like the character, and on top of that, she has great chemistry with Superman in the movie. And I'm glad that they already established them as a couple. I think that's very refreshing. They're already together. They already know the secret and stuff like that. I found that very refreshing. Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor.
Yes.
So I've been very tough on the live action Lexes because I felt like most of them have not worked for me. Even going back to the Christopher Reeve movies, I did not like Gene Hackman. I did not care for Jesse Eisenberg that much. And Kevin Spacey was fine, but didn't have enough to go off with that. So I was very concerned of like also even though I don't like Smallville, I think that Michael Rosenbaum was the best up until this point. And I was very concerned of how they were going to portray Nicholas Hoult. What influences were they going to take from Lex? Were they going to go too silly? Were they going to go too crazy? Were they going to make him the confident person? I ended up really liking Nicholas Hoult as Lex. I think he's probably the most enjoyable Lex I've seen since Michael Rosenbaum. And what I really liked about Nicholas Hoult, and I probably felt this, I don't know if anyone else felt the same way, but I felt like he found a perfect balance of having that confidence, able to command a room like Michael Rosenbaum, and then having that maniacal evil scientist from the animated series. And surprisingly enough, he took some of the good aspects of the conniving weasel that Jesse Eisenberg was. He was able to mix all those three together and make it palatable. So I ended up really liking him as Lex. So all three of them, they got 2 thumbs up from me. All 3 of them.
Blue Jay.
As someone who's not that big on Superman, I like Man of Steel, but I can't compare the two because they're 2 completely different versions.
Yes.
But I really like David Cornsweet's Superman a lot. I just like the fact that like you guys said, he's very boyish, very Boy Scout, and mostly like the subtle things like in the apartment when they were doing an interview, just some like he's kind of thin-skinned, but for the fact that #super shit really misses with him. Like super shit, come on, Lois, you know that irks me. He's not perfect. He has his own issues and stuff. Like chemistry between him and Lois, very, very electrifying. Like just that scene alone in the apartment, I just would like to watch like a Daily Planet show about those 2 characters. It doesn't have to be like a big.
I would watch that.
Right. Oh yeah.
a comedy with the cast of Daily Planet. Have Lois pop in once in a while.
Oh yeah, it's like even like little lines like what did he say? Like I take you like something as long as myself. He's like, whoa there, Clark. Lex Luthor, he is such a petty little bitch, and I love it. He's such like just from the fact that just the existence of Superman really just drives him insane to the point where he has a army in a parking universe, a slew of monkeys just typing out tweets just to say bad about it. It's like
and we all know some trolls out there that sit on their computer all day switching alts just to crap on people's love.
I was like,
I'm just saying, I know a few.
But the dude's committed. Nicholas Hoult is committed. Just my favorite part is just where Ultraman has Clark pinned down, and he's like, 1A.
Yes.
Yeah, all that stuff. Like just.
And then in another scene, you have him being calmed and reserved, and then Superman comes like, "Where's the dog? Where's the dog?" I'm like, I have no idea what dog you're talking about. The other dog in a red cape.
What did you say?
Oh my god, I loved it. I loved it so much.
Yeah, and that's what I love is like most of the time, I like when a villain is just a straight up villain. You don't give a shit about this guy. Like you hate him so much. Like there are too many times where you get villains that are very sympathetic, and there's a place for that. But I think there's just too much of that, I feel. And like you just want a villain that's just a straight up dickhead. Like fuck this guy, man. Oh yeah,
villains should be hated, not sympathized with.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed those 3. I really do.
All right, Thade.
Okay, so now this is where I feel like Bruce told me to be nice earlier, and I'm going to be.
Yes, I told you to be nice.
And oddly enough,
please be nice.
I'm going to break your illusion that I wasn't going to be nice about the previous characters. Okay. I personally love Henry Cavill as an actor. I loved his portrayal of Clark Kent and of Kal-El. But I do want to lean back on something Dial said earlier. My issue with Henry Cavill's portrayal as Superman is that he was too aloof. He was too godlike. Okay, he was literally a Jesus allegory. Okay, I think Corin Sweat brought him down to earth. I even like this guy's voice. He has kind of that squeaky kind of what the hell, Lois? Sort of demeanor about it.
Since you said that, I gotta do this.
Hey, quit messing around.
I'm not messing around. I'm doing important stuff.
I'm not messing around. I'm doing important stuff here.
Important stuff.
But
I laughed so hard with that.
Unlike DL, I actually liked the show Smallville because it was, I appreciated the show, and
it was a soap opera with Superman. Thank you very much.
This was a good middle ground between Tom Welling's Superman and what Superman will eventually become, which is what Henry Cavill was. Okay. So I like this guy. I like Corin Sweat. I don't know much about him as an actor. I saw him in Twisters. That was about it before now.
I'll give you a list of his movies and projects later.
I like him in this movie. He did really well, in my opinion. Lois Lane. Oh, my, Lois Lane. She killed it for me. Brosnahan killed it for me. Mm-hmm. And that's saying something because I have always loved Erica Durance as Lois Lane. And I even liked Bitsy Tulloch a little bit from Lois and Clark. I think she did well with what she was given. I was never a fan of Margot Kidder. Don't stab me in the heart, y'all. I was just never a fan of Margot Kidder.
Yeah, we're gonna stab you after the stream.
Henry. Anyway,
you got me. Who's got you?
But Rachel killed it. Rachel killed it for me. And I think we're good when it comes to Lois from here on out. And in fact, she's at the top of my top 3 when it comes to Lois actors.
Like I said on one of my streams, Rachel is that bitch. She is that Lois is that bitch.
And it was just recently her birthday, so I would like to shout out, happy birthday, Rachel. Late, of course. So I can't say much more about Rachel other than she killed it, and I think we're in good hands with Lois going further from here. Now, Lex Luthor, one of my favorite villains in all of DC Comics. This one's hard for me because I love both actors. Michael Rosenbaum.
Are you touching yourself while you're talking about him?
No, I am not.
You sure? Okay. You sound like it. Just making sure. This is a family show, guys. Family show.
Family show my ass. Anyway, Michael Rosenbaum has always been my favorite Lex Luthor. But saying that, he had more time to be Lex Luthor, and that's why. Okay, he had 10 seasons of a show to be Lex Luthor. Well, 7 seasons, and they fucked him off for 3 seasons, but that's beside the point. Anyway, he was a good Lex Luthor because he had more time to play Lex. Now, that being said, Nicholas Hoult. I love this actor. I actually gained a respect for Nicholas Hoult from a comedy show called The Great, which he played Tsar Peter of Russia. And he was not only comedic foil for Elle Fanning, who was the main character, but also he had dramatic moments too. And I've always thought Nicholas Hoult was a great actor, and his version of Lex is the ultimate fucking hater. He is the troll of trolls. Okay. And I love him for it. I absolutely love him for it. And I also like that this movie didn't fall into the trope here recently we've gotten in superhero movies where they kill the villains.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love the fact that Lex is alive because that means we will get him later on as that insidious threat to Superman that Lex was always.
To tag on you say that glad that he didn't kill like any villains off like we normally see from the Marvel films. I really liked what James Gunn had to say about that he's going to treat whatever death's going to happen in DCU. He's not taking that lightly. Like he's not going to, and also he's not going to bring people back from the dead if he does kill somebody off. So if he kills somebody off, it's permanent. But he's going to make it count, whatever the story says it needs to. So
now, I know you asked us about the top 3, but as for a couple of other standouts in this movie for me, Eve Tessmacher, perfect. Love Tessmacher. Yeah. She was amazing. And I actually think this Jimmy Olsen is probably my favorite Jimmy Olsen.
Oh yes.
Out of television and live action, Skylar Gizmodo did so good in this role. I look forward to seeing more of the Jimmy Tessmacher sort of angle. That seems interesting to me. And one final character, and I would be remiss to not mention her. Millie Alcock did really well with the little bit of time we got with her. I fell in love with her as an actress when it came to House of the Dragon. I think for the first part of the first season of House of the Dragon, she did really well with that character. And I want to see this girl in more things. I think she's a great actress. And this her shooting the deuces and I'm out, bitch. You know, at the end when she walked out with the dog.
Thanks for watching my dog, bitch.
Thanks for watching my dog.
Dude, I love that. First, okay, I never read the Woman Tomorrow comic, but seeing
I'll give you a link later.
The idea of Supergirl as a party girl, I fucks with it.
Woman of Tomorrow is a great storyline, and I'm glad they're adapting that for the Supergirl movie. Also, another really good Supergirl storyline that I just got turned on to by a little movie perp was Supergirl being super. Really good story. I just think that Millie Alcock has it. I think she's going to do well as Supergirl. And I look forward to seeing her more. And if they turn her into, they have a real, I think Reyes said it the other night, and Chris was telling me about Reyes saying this, that if they do just right with her as a character, they have a way of, I think, bridging the gap when it comes to how people see superhero movies. Because she has the possibility of not just the party girl thing, but also coming into her own in that next movie, you know, becoming a base character. But I think she could be DC Barbie. I really think she could. And that would be interesting.
DC Barbie as in being a big culture boom for people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like Barbie as just
I think
a blonde that's just like
No. I think that she could actually elevate the DCU if they do that movie right. I think that
yes,
it
I
might
do
actually
want
bring more people back. I think it might bring people more back to superhero movies. I think there's a possibility that happens.
Oh, dude, so, I think. Oh, you go ahead, the entire thing. You go ahead.
That being said, I like this movie. I was worried, of course. Not that James Gunn's ever steered me wrong when it comes to movies, but I was worried, and I'm glad that I was proven otherwise. I like this one. This was a good movie.
Good. Nice. Degrassi.
I thought it was Superman.
Nice.
Yeah, it had everything. It's kind of, you know, as a lifelong Superman viewer, reader, watcher, whatever, it kind of had everything in the kitchen sink, and it handled its world building well. Sure, was it overstuffed? Sure, was it tonally inconsistent? But that's a comic book for you. I don't know. I really don't have much to say other than I liked it. The more I watched it, the more it started to verge into like a scathing indictment of the modern studio mega superhero blockbuster, and kind of wore its antithesis of that badge on its sleeve. On Supergirl, the thing is about that is they expended a significant amount of the special effects budget on Pink Mist, And if you know what pink mist is, we're in for a treat. Movie's going to have a level of violence. The character's going to be privy to a level of violence that we might not necessarily ever get from Superman.
Yeah.
And that's a treat for me to get excited for.
Because
lots of pink mist flew on those sets.
A lot of vaporization going on. Let me just take a
No,
break.
they'll probably get tweaked because I'm sure all aliens don't have pink mist for blood. Anyway.
Thank you, Rhea. Gifted 5 Kingdom of Nerds memberships. Samir got a membership. Anthony Beltray, Ash and Nate, Dungeon Crawler, Kevin, and Jimmy Badalitsky. Has anybody seen Badalitsky? I haven't seen him in a while. Thank you, Rhea.
My only complaint is more. I just wanted more. Really.
Yeah, that was. Yeah,
I will say this. I have been watching Corn Sweat since The Politician. He was great in Hollywood. If you guys haven't seen Hollywood on Netflix, Pearl, Bronzan.
Oh, wait a minute. That was him in Pearl, wasn't it?
Yes, that was him in Pearl. Mrs. Maisel, the amazing performance. Halt and Nosferatu was great performance.
Mm-hmm.
I think shining a light on a lot of these actors that aren't big names, that they're starting their careers and just being recognized now. It's a great way to get the audience liking these characters and see where their character development and storyline go, and see how much better they can do in their performances as these characters. I think it's going to be a great ride with these 3. And now to get into some of the spoilers for this movie. The message from Jor-El and Lara have been the talk, contention. People hated. This is not my Superman. Jor-El would never say this.
Obviously haven't read the comic books.
But he has.
He has.
He said it even in Smallville.
Yes.
He said it even in Smallville.
It was said in the Superboy TV show. It's been done in comics. I believe there was one storyline.
People
Cliff. Am I right, Cliff?
Ultimately, isn't it still?
It's also heavily implied in My Adventures with Superman.
Yes.
Yeah. People get it twisted. They think
fake parents show up on Superboy.
People get it twisted. They think that just because Superman's a good boy Kryptonian, that the rest of the Kryptonian race is, and no, they're not. Kryptonians are violent creatures. There's a reason why the Martians were keeping an eye on them.
Yeah, they're
I think the movie, for the most part, left it relatively open-ended and ambiguous enough for me to be like, I'm not going to trust anything Luthor says anyway.
Yes, I agree.
So, I don't think they're done with that yet.
And I don't understand this whole. People are so upset that it changes Superman's lore. Superman's lore has been changed. He's been a character for 80 years. His lore, almost 80 years. His lore has changed 80 times.
That always annoys me, because you know that these characters have been around for nearly a century and they have a multitude of different versions. What makes this any different? Like, they did say the same thing about Man of Steel. What's any different here?
I don't have anything about the Dark Knight trilogy, did they?
Yeah, I was as excited for Superman Returns as I was for Superman 4. I was as excited for Man of Steel as I was for Superman Returns. I'm as excited for Superman as I was for Man of Steel. That's just how it goes. I know that's difficult for some people to fathom, but I think that's the common reality for most of us.
Yep. And here's the bottom line about the Jor-El and them. It's like, essentially, like, Jor-El is not the one that raises Clark to be how he is. It's
No,
the Kents. The
it's the
Kents
Kents.
are the ones that instilled those good values in them. It's just that Jor-El just enhanced that in the other versions. But I think this is interesting because, like, to see the Kryptonians in this different light, like almost like treating them like they're Voltrumites from Invincible, that actually makes the lore more interesting, and then also could lead to other possibilities, like if they want to explore Zod or something like that again, and they could add more complexities with that, where it's like the Kryptonians are, they have different values and stuff from the human race. So that I think that's right.
How would you expect a technologically advanced civilization light years beyond our own to look at the human race, especially in its current incarnation? Like, wouldn't they be like, look at these hairless apes? They are like, yeah, they cover themselves, but I mean, that's what Burns, Jor-El and Lara did. They were like, ew, why is he not wearing a shirt? Why is he covered with hair?
I just want everybody on the panel to like fully embrace this. Superman's been around for 87 years. We are 13 years off of him being a century old as a comic book character. Like Bruce said earlier, there have been so many different incarnations of Superman, it's not even funny. From the early
each one of those incarnations too always leaves something behind for the next one.
Exactly.
Kryptonite wasn't a thing until the radio show. Well, he didn't fly until when? The TV show?
He didn't fly
Wasn't he just leaping
Reeves
over
show.
buildings?
He didn't fly until the George Reeves show. He was so stinking powerful during the Golden Age that he was a non sequitur. I mean, he could smash planets in half just by flying into them in the Golden Age. They tamed him down for the Silver Age. They tamed him down even further after Crisis. He is literally a Superman for all seasons. Like literally. And yes, I did go there with a title from a Superman book,
you did.
but
I saw that.
He's literally been for all seasons throughout his time period.
All right, let me hear from Nerdy Geek. You're a relatively new comic book guy since early 2000s. Did the message bother you at all from what you know of Superman's origin?
No, because I've read before that this has happened before in the comics, so it wasn't that big of a deal to me. Plus, to me, Superman's always been who he is because of the Kents, because the Kents raising him, the human values they instilled in him, and him wanting to be good and sees the humanity in everybody. So it doesn't bother me that much. I mean, so I was fine with it. Plus, it makes the ending way more poignant.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I liken it to Joker killing the Waynes in Batman '89. It's one of those things where the devout, the highly devout, the ones who can't budge with creative license or anything like that, they were the ones with their thongs in a knot in 1989. I'm suspecting that those are the very same people with their Depends in a bunch today.
Nerdy Geek, I want to point out something here that Nerdy Geek just said. It's the Kents that make Kal and Clark what he is. Yeah. And I can point that out by pointing out another Elseworld story. There was a Superman story called Speeding Bullets. And it was what if Kal-El had been raised by Thomas and Martha Wayne, and he was
I was going to say that's different. The Super Bat one, right? That's the Super Bat one.
So much different in that story.
Hold on 1 second. We have someone beaming aboard. Joe is here.
Hi.
But
the other night Joe was on a stream and he presented a fact, and somebody in the panel was like, "I don't know about that. I'm going to have to check on that myself." And I'm like, "Look, this man has a lot of wild takes. I might not agree with all of them, but there's one thing the man is not. He's not a liar."
No. What take was that?
I'm not going to get into it.
No, I don't even remember.
It was about cuss words.
Oh my God.
But no, that's my point is, if you look at the different Elseworld stories that Superman has been in, and you look at the different ways that he was raised in those stories. You got Red Sun, for example, him raised in Russia. Yeah. You've got Speeding Bullets, him raised by the Waynes. You've got the way he was raised in the core reality. It really doesn't matter either way what Jor-El and Laura are or what Kryptonians are. It's where he was raised. It's nature versus nurture, you know.
Yeah,
and all those stories, correct me if I'm wrong, but in almost all of those Elseworld stories where he's born under a different set of circumstances, or he arrives under a different set of circumstances, regardless of how evil is at any point in that story, by the end of it, he's always come back around to what made him pure and good and true in the beginning. So,
in fact, Red Sun, you find out that he's that he's related to the Luthers in kind of a weird way. Anyway,
I will say this: the L's, they play such a small part of Clark's upbringing and life.
Yeah,
you know, it really doesn't matter what they want for him; it's what he wants for himself. And there's been many times in the comics where he has questioned, the USA, where he's denounced his citizenship many times, well, a couple of times. But it always comes back to the way the Kents raised him. It always brings him back home. He's always going to be that small town farm boy. And speaking of small town farms in Kansas, I know a lot of people did not like the Kents. A lot of people didn't. They hated their I guess Kentuckian. I mean,
they're and I quote, toothless, poor, ignorant, toothless, redneck. What else? Trailer trash. That's it. Trailer trash.
So many different portrayals of the Kents.
Just because someone has a deep accent or a heavy draw doesn't make them stupid.
What an offensive statement that is. That is a really offensive.
And then you point out that
hold on one second. If Degrassi pointed this out to me, that they are based on real people that live on a farm, live in Kansas, that they studied the way they talk for months. Have these people call them every day and leave messages so they can get that Kansas accent down.
Yeah, it was Howard Stern. It was Howard Stern show producer Richard Christie, his parents Pat and Tom Christie, who are beloved kind of regulars on the show. They're very simple, Kansan farmers. James Gunn, Richard's been in a handful of Gunn's movies. They're friends, and he asked Richard if he could have his parents call him and call the cast members that would have scenes regarding their dialect and the way they spoke. Like Christie family lore even made it into the dialogue in those scenes with Mom and Pa Kent. And if you're a fan of the Howard Stern show, it kind of warms your heart. And if you watch the Howard Stern segment where Richard is talking about his parents getting this and being part of this, he gets choked up about it. It's very heartwarming. And you'd have to be a real cynical piece of shit to I don't know, to be that way about it.
Hold on, Joe. I would like to point out that I was raised in a rural area in Texas. I was raised on a ranch. I'm not exactly.
My grandparents were Midwestern, Central Illinois farmers. Man, I know all about it.
I'm not exactly an idiot, so
I do have.
Don't start with me, Bruce. Don't start with me, Bruce.
I mean, I have a doctorate because of my toothless, ignorant, poor, redneck, trailer trash farming grandparents. Well, whatever.
How offensive is that idea that you have like a southern accent? So that means you're stupid.
Midwestern
trailer trash.
Oh no, Joe. James Gunn didn't know those people. He went to a private school.
I'm not talking about James Gunn. I'm talking about the criticism. I'm talking about the criticism against them. It's like they're toothless rednecks at first.
Yeah, that's where part of the criticism comes from, is that James Gunn never doesn't know those people. He went to private school. It's this class envy bullshit that cracks.
I'd also like to point out.
Hold on. I will say this. Someone, a loyal viewer, pointed out to me, why doesn't Clark have that same accent as his parents?
I was about to say that. That was my one nitpick about it. because like I'm not expecting Superman to be like to talk exactly like them, but just like have a couple of inflections here and there. Because like I feel like if he was raised by them, he would pick up some cadence from them a little bit. So that was my only.
They still haven't. We still don't know exactly how much time he spent in the 31st century before the movie started.
Yeah. I would also like to point out, just before you go into what you were going to say, Bruce. I would also like to point out that over the years and the many live action and also animated versions of Ma and Pa Kent that we've gotten, they've all been very different. You have the example of John Snyder, and I can never remember her name.
Well, John Snyder was the hottest Pa Kent. Just saying. That's just my take.
But you've got those two, and you've got those two in Smallville. You've got the way they were portrayed in Superman 78. You've got the way they've been portrayed, the way they were portrayed in Man of Steel, which that is my only problem with Man of Steel, by the way, Bruce. I do not like Kevin Costner's Jonathan Kent. But
I like his Jonathan Kent until he's like, no, don't save me.
Yeah, no, the one line that
then I check the fuck out.
Hold on. The one line that his Jonathan Kent said that pissed me off is what he told Clark when Clark said, so I should just let them die. And he goes, if necessary. Jonathan Kent would have never said that. No version of Jonathan Kent would have told.
Amen.
But how about that Diane Lane though? She's still a real piece of ass.
Oh, and that's the funny thing. People,
I'm joking. That's how these people. I'm making fun of the people that I'm making fun of.
But the funny thing about Kevin Costner is like the people who will defend Kevin Costner saying, "Yeah, you should let him die." They're having a problem with the Jor-El, and it's like, well, that's funny because we had the adoptive father acting way out of character in the last movie, and that was excused. But now we're having an issue with this change. And I still say we don't even know that it's Jor-El. Could be Zod, could be Brainiac altering the message. Wait till a sequel. That might be sequel bait right there. We don't know.
It's a good point.
Yeah, it's definitely still left open, and it is a stretch for them.
So much with that message going forward. You can have so many interesting storylines, and obviously, Supergirl showing up, as people know, Supergirl shows up. Supergirl showing up. She's older than Clark. Well, technically, she's older than Clark.
She was older than Clark from the start.
She was actually a teenager when
wasn't she sent out first or something? Isn't that how that goes?
They were sent out at the same time, but she was older.
Yep.
But because
she
lasted too long in stasis was the
reason. I will say that she hasn't. I don't believe she's tried to take over the Earth or have sex with every human man and
in the comics
at this point.
Yeah, in the comics currently, is she still like from Argo City? Did they like merge Argo with Kandor? Because I don't know. I seem to remember that happening somewhere.
I believe it's Kandor.
Kind of muddy.
Kandor is still.
She's from Kandor currently.
Yeah, I see. That's what I don't care. Whatever.
I'll tell you this: the best comic book version of Supergirl was Unearthed.
Peter David's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't even from Krypton.
No.
Can I also say?
Well, she was an Earthborn angel in the body of a
Matrix. Yeah.
Yeah, a Matrix from a pocket Earth.
Well, she was.
It's not confusing.
She was partially Linda Danvers. She was partially Matrix, and she was partially an Earthborn angel. So
yeah, that was a great book. That was a great
Supergirl Wings.
If anyone hasn't read the Peter David run, get it.
Go ahead, DL.
Fortunately or unfortunately, they're collecting.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. DL, you were saying something?
Oh, I was just gonna bring it back to the Kents real quick. What I also appreciate is that they didn't kill off Jonathan in this. Superman's actually able to have his two parents in this version, because there are versions where both his parents are alive, especially with the animated series and stuff like that. So I'm glad they didn't just immediately be like, "We got it."
They're both alive.
Missed opportunity.
Did you know that until 1978, Smallville was always a quiet town nestled in the hills just inland from the eastern seaboard?
Yep.
Because if Metropolis was New York, that would make put Smallville somewhere in Connecticut.
Yep.
What I also if you guys remember that conversation that Jonathan and Clark had in the movie, that kind of reference what we were talking about with Kevin Costner's version, that like the way they written him was not kind of distasteful in a couple of moments. I feel like James Gunn took some of the stuff that they were trying to do with Zack Snyder and put it in a way that was more palatable and a little bit more acceptable. Because like Jonathan said to him was like, we didn't necessarily like raise you to be this Boy Scout. We did what any parent would do. We give you the tools so you can be that good person. It's up to you of what you're going to do with those resources. So
I love that scene, by the way.
That was a great scene.
Oh yeah, I picked up through some of the dialogue and through their conversation. I picked up that their relationship was kind of strained, and I'm curious I was kind of left lingering. The thought was left lingering, like, what happened? Like, he hasn't been back in a while, and when you see him on the phone up to that point, he's only talking to his mom, and I recognize that kind of conversation and that kind of behavior, and it felt like something was up. Something happened. He did something. Maybe it was the Baravia thing. Maybe he thought it was best that he just stay out of it. We don't know. We didn't see it, but I like that part that we didn't. That it gave me something to chew on. I don't need to be drawn a picture. I don't need to have everything explained to me. What some people call spoon feeding you dialogue, writers and the creators and filmmakers call exposition. And the story is told that way. And that was a scene where it was just chef's kiss. Chef's kiss.
You know, I had I say it all the time on my streams. A lot of the movie going audience, they need their hand held. And when they don't get their hand held, they're like, well, how come they didn't do this? How come they didn't do this in the movie? What's going on in the movie? Can I get a plot in a trailer?
Well, the thing in the Marvel universe, the MCU has conditioned moviegoers, particularly those that are maybe a little bit more immersed in the shit than the regular guy, has given everybody's confused the beginning of a story with origins.
Yeah, like,
and you know, Batman 80, there was no Batman 89, there wasn't an origin. Was there an origin in
there were flashbacks?
Oh yeah, it was all fait accompli, or en medias res, where you pick up in the middle of the story. Like there was no I didn't have a backstory for Star Wars. I'm talking about A New Hope, but I don't call it that. But when I saw Star Wars for the first time, I didn't know the movie starts in the middle of the story. Yeah, the whole trilogy starts in the middle of the story.
And most of us who pick up a comic book, like you pick up a Superman or a Batman comic, how many of us started from number one? I mean, these comics are like,
I went back and read all the way back to the start.
Yeah, like I'm the click to know more guy. If I see a movie and that movie's based on an obscure 1950s Belgian comic strip, you know what I'm going to do if I like that movie? I'm going to click to know more. Yeah, I'm going to find a compendium. You know, whatever. I want to know more.
So I think
I do want to point out here real quick. Hold on, DL.
Yeah.
That Jonathan Kent in this movie, and this one actually made me tear up. Jonathan Kent, the way he comes to Clark on when you know you were mentioning him and Clark have been kind of estranged or whatever. Jonathan Kent in this movie reminded me a lot of my dad. And there was a point where my father and I were not talking. And the way he tried to come back into Clark's life, that scene of them sitting in front of the farmhouse, it made me cry. I will admit.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
I like the music in that scene.
Mm-hmm.
I like
the music was great in that scene. I agree.
The music is another character in itself, because here's a bit of I get the iconography of the John Williams themed. It's much like, to me, it's like Star Wars. It's played all the time, but I do like the interpolation of it, mainly because like the subtle things, like the electric guitars when it starts off. I've always loved that piece of music, and even the scene where they show is it Moravia or whatever the country is when they were holding up the
Moravia.
flag.
Moravia.
Yeah, holding up the flag with the Superman logo, and it just rises up. Dun, dun, dun. I love that. Like John Murphy and David Fleming they were geniuses. I love that. I love this so much.
All right. Let's move on to. I'm gonna give Joe a chance to speak on this because I know he loves this part of Superman. The Justice Gang. Joe, what was your thoughts? And then everybody else will chime in after Joe's thoughts. Go ahead, Joe.
Well, first of all, shame on everybody for doubting me, but I have been telling everyone for years that Guy Gardner is the best Green Lantern, and people have been going, no. Now what am I hearing? I loved Guy Gardner. Yeah, but told you.
He's not my favorite Green Lantern, but I'll give you that.
And Hal Jordan, he's the worst.
I agree with you.
No, Hal isn't my favorite.
Boy, is he.
Hal Jordan slept with Guy Gardner's girlfriend while Guy was in a coma. Hal is the worst. Don't trust him with your girlfriend.
What I love the most about this corner of the DC universe that they're carving out with the lanterns is that Guy Gardner is the most moral and the most pure of the lanterns, the 2814 lanterns in the DCU. I love that. I think that's fantastic because there's really nothing to like about Hal Jordan or John Stewart when we meet them at first.
I actually like Kyle, but that's just my preference. But
I love Kyle Rayner.
And I think everybody, okay. I always go back to Iron Man. Iron Man before 2008. That's when Iron Man came out, right? 2008.
Yes, yeah 2008.
Before 2008, Iron Man was a D-list character. You couldn't stop like grandma on the street and be like, "What do you think of Iron Man?" She'd be like, "What? Who's Iron Man?" You know.
I love Black Sabbath.
What do you call it though? Like that movie, Iron Man in 2008 brought Iron Man into the A-list. So
I haven't run a triathlon in 46 years.
I would like to say, welcome to the A-list, Mr. Terrific, because this weekend America fell in love with Mr. Terrific, and most people had never heard of him before.
Yes.
And all he had to do was show everybody his balls, and when everyone saw his balls, they were like,
"Oh, goddamn, Mr. Terrific."
I will say this: Guy Gardner isn't my favorite Lantern. It's a tie between Kyle and Stewart. But Nathan Fillion really made me love Guy Gardner after this movie.
Yes.
I love asshole characters that have a good heart.
I just hope he keeps that edge. I just hope he keeps that Guy Gardner edge. I hope they don't turn him into a pussycat, because that would.
I can't wait till he becomes a living, shape-shifting Voldarian warlord weapon.
See, I gotta say, Degrassi, I gotta say, I hope they don't go there. I hate the Warrior run. I am not a Warrior fan.
Yeah, Bo Smith and Mitch Bird's Warrior run is one of the greatest unsung runs of any comic from like that part of the 90s.
Personally, I like when Guy Gardner.
Yeah, not even that stuff. When you get further,
when
you get off of Dixon, when Dixon leaves and then Bo Smith comes on, and then Bo Smith brings Mitch Bird on, who he found at Image, that book took off.
I like when Guy Gardner carried the Red Lantern ring. That was fun.
Oh God.
All right, let me do this. If you haven't subscribed to Nerdy Geek, please subscribe to Nerdy Geek. Subscribe to Clip on Comics. Subscribe to IMDL. Subscribe to Crazy Joe Concession Stand. Blue Jay, what's your channel?
You can subscribe to me. I have shorts.
Oh yeah, Degrassi has some clips up there. Woo, spicy.
Yeah, Blue Jay's Blue Cinema.
Blue Cinema.
I don't do that no more.
Not the porn.
He don't do that no more.
And all right, Cliff, what are your thoughts on the Justice Gang?
I mean, Mr. Terrific's great. Guy delivered, even though like I was just hating on Nathan Fillion left and right, but he delivered on what he's supposed to be, right? I mean, they were fine. Like, you know, and also like the movie went out of their way to show there's a distinction between them and Superman.
Yeah.
You know, for sure. Not just with the giant creature, but when Hawkgirl went into Baravia, you know, by the way, y'all all kept saying Baravia. Baravia is the invader. All right. The kids holding the flag, they're in Jarhampur. They're the ones screaming for help. And guy shows up, it's like, hey kid, you got the upgrade. You know, but hey, I love that they were a reflection of inspiration from Superman. You know, like they were like, nah, we don't do that sort of thing. And then they did, right? And then also, like, there's ramifications that we're gonna see play out, because after Hawkgirl straight up kills a world leader and they end the revolt, what's his name, and Rick Flag Sr., he's like, what do you think now? They've just changed the rules, these metahumans. That's not a scene. That scene isn't there for let it rest. All right? Yeah. That scene is there for let it cook, you know? So I thought that was great. But yeah.
So where did you feel that Flag landed on that, Cliff? Where did you get the sense that Flag was?
His face says everything. You know?
But did you think he's for the heroes or for the metas or against the metas? Hell no. It is absolutely clear. I've seen it twice. It is absolutely clear he's pissed. And it should be obvious to the audience that this Justice Gang, who previously was like, no, we don't do that. We don't interfere with foreign affairs, right? Yeah. Now they just kill the world leader and stop the revolt. And definitely that's whole, because Superman didn't kill anybody. Superman just stopped the revolt, you know? And Rick Flag was meh about it. These actions are not actions to be meh about. And I could even see this leading into Maxwell Lord quickly going into, we're going to call it Justice League International.
That makes sense.
I think
hold on. Nerdy Geek, what do you think of the Justice Gang, and what do you think of them killing? Because all three of them killed. Mr. Terrific killed the kaiju, Hawkgirl killed the leader, and Guy killed soldiers when he got to Manjapur. What do you think?
Jarhanpur.
So Mr. Terrific's a character that I've barely, known about. And I came out of the movie loving that character. Now I want to go back and read as much as I can about him. Guy Gardner's a character I've read before. I was worried what they were doing with putting Nathan Fillion, because I know he's supposed to be the biggest jerk in DC, and you're not really supposed to like him, but yet Fillion made him really likable. I really enjoyed his portrayal. Hawkgirl, she didn't get a lot of screen time. I know her backstory and everything, but I've never read many comics with her in it, so I couldn't compare her to anything. I don't know if that screeching is something she does in the comics all the time. I could do without her screeching every time she flies. But yeah, Mr. Terrific by far was the character that just jumped out to me. I really want to go start looking at his comics and start collecting his comics now. And then Guy, I already liked him.
I can tell you.
There's a new Mr. Terrific miniseries that was transposed from a series Bible that was created for a Mr. Terrific DCU show that did not get picked up. Now there's interest in a Mr. Terrific TV show. We'll see. They might be starting over. But what is it? Mr. Terrific Year One? Is that what it's called?
Yes, Year One.
Yeah, that was the writer of that was the head writer and potential showrunner for Mr. Terrific TV show that got axed.
Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah.
I'll say this about Guy. Guy has always been like the complete and total D-bag with a heart of gold. He's never been a bad guy. He's a jerk, but he's a lovable jerk. If you read Justice League International, by the way, Justice League International by Keith Giffen and J.M. DeMatteis, greatest comic book run ever, I think. And Guy, intensely loyal to his friends and the team. Like if you read those books, he'll be a pain in the ass and he'll make fun of Booster Gold and Blue Beetle and he'll start all kinds of shit. But if anyone messes with them, it's like, this is my team. And like,
loyal to a fault.
Yeah, incredibly loyal.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody got
Comics are annoying, Joe. Comics are annoying.
Go
ahead, Blue.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I like them. You can tell one of them has more screen time than the others. Like, terrific. I think he's great. I love like Eddie Gathegi. I feel like he has this is an upgrade from Darwin from X-Men First Class. They did that dude dirty.
Is it an upgrade from Mr. Terrific from The Flash?
Anything's better.
No. Oh no, I meant like Darwin from X-Men First Class. I like the same actor that he was Darwin.
Yeah,
they did that real dirty. But I like Nathan Fillion. He's pretty funny, but I think he's just there to talk shit and eat some Fruity Pebbles and Green Lantern outfit.
I want Fruity Pebbles now.
That's a funny gag, but
I've always
man, the one thing that I disappointed is like Hawk Girls. She gets a strand to stick. Like, she's only there to look badass and look gorgeous as fuck. Good God! But the one thing I can do without is the screech. I guess she's like part Hawk, but like the way he had the camera up in her face. Well, the way he had the camera up in her face when she's screaming like,
that was a little jarring.
That's look, she's badass. Don't get me wrong, but that's a little too. I guess she's Hawk, but
depending on what version of her they're using, she's either an alien or she's a reincarnated woman from Egypt.
Yeah, they didn't specify which.
She's possessed. According to some pre-release literature, she is possessed by the spirit of an alien hawk goddess.
Okay, yeah, then she's Thanagarian. Okay,
I'll say Hawkman and Hawkwomen have the most confusing histories, like in all.
Oh yeah, it's a mess, and it always has been. Always has been.
Can I give my opinion on this?
I would love. I think my opinion is going to age well because we're definitely going to get more of them in the future. I would totally see more of Hawk Girl if whatever they'll give her like a movie or a series, whatever she'll appear in.
Hey, Josh.
She was going to be the flyer.
It was beyond annoying.
She was
because she's a hawk doesn't mean she needs to make that noise.
Intended to replace Swift in the Authority.
Okay, so
go ahead, Dave.
These three, I've gained more of an appreciation for Mr. Terrific. I already liked the character to begin with, but Edie Gathegi played him rather well, and I'm looking forward to seeing him grow as a character. Nathan Fillion, I don't think there's a thing that man's touched ever that he's gotten wrong when it comes to acting. He did Guy Gardner really well. I like I said before, I just hope that they don't turn him into a pussycat. I hope he keeps that edge because I've always liked Guy Gardner's edge. Mm-hmm. As for Isabella Merced with the Hawk Girl, I want to know more about her. But yeah, the screeching was annoying. And I like that they call them the Justice Gang, that they're not the Justice League.
It's a working name.
It's a working name. Hopefully it's not. But
that's kind of the Justice Gang. DC Studios Justice Gang.
Yeah, no, please don't do that, James Gunn. Please don't do that.
It's not a thing. It's not a thing.
But yeah, I feel like I'm just gonna be reiterating what you guys are saying. Mr. Terrific, like if you guys, people don't even notice that, but like when it comes to recent DC projects, they were trying to quietly push Mr. Terrific, and it's like he hasn't really gotten that raise in popularity like they wanted it to. But it took this movie for people to be like, oh, this is who Mr. Terrific is, because he would show up in animated stuff and obviously in the CW stuff like that, and people didn't really care about it. But this, I'm so glad Eddie got another chance to, play an actually really good comic book character, because I hated what they did to him in X-Men First Class. I hated it so much.
Especially
Wait,
considering
wasn't his
Darwin's
power
ability.
like to survive or something?
To adapt to anything, and then
He didn't adapt to that.
no, he did not. I'm like,
Darwin
oh my god.
was immortal. Darwin was immortal in the comics. He had adaptive morphology.
Yeah.
And they completely robbed him.
Yeah, I hated it so much, but I'm so glad he did such a good job. It was terrific. He had quite a few scene stealers too. Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner. It was perfect. The moment they casted him as Guy Gardner, I was like, perfect. Even though I initially was not a fan of Guy Gardner, but I knew he was going to knock it out of the park. And he knocked it out of the park so much that, like you said, Bruce Burr, I'm starting to become a Guy Gardner fan because of him. He's that likable asshole. Like, I loved how he played it. I love the bowl cut. It's just, the back and forth that he had to everyone is so good.
Are you going to go out and get a bowl cut?
No. I think my fiance would want a divorce after that. But yeah, she was great.
All right, let me answer this question.
Okay, go ahead.
What was more annoying, Bruce? The ghosts from Love and Thunder or Hawk Girl Scream? I'm going to say it was a tie.
Yeah.
You know what? To answer that question, I would kind of take the Hawk Girl Scream a bit more, because I thought the goat stuff was funny, but I would take the whole, it's just that the goat was just screaming. It was like too much. It's like, even back then, it was like, man, are we still doing the goat scream in 2022? Stop it.
Yeah.
I didn't find either annoying, but the goats in Love and Thunder were hilarious. I actually bought a T-shirt that just has the goats on them.
The goats got short. The goats got shorts, like the guys got shirts. But
the
only thing they never released the goat shorts. They never released.
The only time I laughed at the goat thing was when he went to the Shadow Realm, and it's like that forced perspective shot, and it just boom, and then the goat scream. That was the only part that was funny. But did
anybody, my guys, get shirts reference?
No. Nope.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Hey, Necron. Or hell, Satan.
Oh God! Please don't say that again.
Or hell, Satan.
You're gonna get demonetized, bro. But anyway,
I am Bruce from Morning Star, the bringer of light.
Isn't that religious persecution?
Yeah, it is.
I like Satanism.
There are straight up Satanists that have channels on this platform. So.
Anyway, back to the Justice Gang. So
check out my stream on Lucifer, Lord Lucifer. No, go ahead.
Oh,
when the Justice Gang fights Blaze and Satanus, yeah.
Oh
when
my
when
God.
when Sleaze drugs Big Bart and Superman and makes adult films with them, and then Darkseid helps.
Almost done.
Okay.
Almost done.
See.
What was
y'all,
that, Cliff? Almost done.
Almost done.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, almost done.
Mr. Miracle busts right in there when that's about to happen.
My wife. No, I'm sure in this cartoon, this mature audiences only cartoon that's going to be on Max, that Superman and Bart are going to go all the way.
See, this is what happens when you get Mephisto in the MCU. Y'all just acting a fool. Like, come on, bro.
Stop.
Hey, does anybody else find it odd that the Chuds didn't run with Hollywood's most prominent Jew playing the devil in the MCU?
No, the big number of them didn't. There was a female Chud that did, though.
Okay.
All right, we got breaking news.
Okay.
Oh no, not breaking.
From RJ. Looking at the best Tuesday at the box office of the year so far for Superman, with another 15 million. Very good sign for legs and word of mouth. Official numbers will be dropping tomorrow morning.
I'm gonna have to call BS, RJ. I heard harsh critics say this movie's a failure, so clearly you're wrong.
Oh God!
Yeah.
All right, let's
Hold on. I have one question. Before we move on. I was trying to get this out.
Go ahead.
Is she is okay? I didn't need to be blown up, but okay. Is this version of Hot Girl supposed to be Shayera, or is it supposed to be a different version?
I think it's Shayara.
I read somewhere
she's
that
Kendra.
Kendra.
She's Kendra Saunders, but she's possessed by Shayera Thal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, let me point out that Superman has unfortunately ruined the Dora the Explorer sequel because they had to recast Dora for the sequel.
Well, good.
I don't know, man. She's what, 25?
Yeah. Is she 25?
All right. Yeah, I'd get all up in that Thanagarian snare beast.
Oh my God!
He had to check the age before he said.
Hold
that.
on. Hold on.
It's a joke.
We at Kingdom of Nerds do not judge actors on their appearance, but their body of work.
He'd like to give her body some work.
I'd like to give her one to grow on.
What? Max wants to come on? Should we let Max on?
I
don't know.
Sure, why not? But yeah, now okay. So
it made 13 million to Monday.
All right, before we move on to the next one, for somebody like me, what should I read if I want to know more about Mr. Terrific and Guy Gardner?
Guy Gardner was really good with Justice League International. Also, in the early '90s run of Justice League, he was. If you read like around the time of Death of Superman, he was in the regular Justice League. Okay. As for Mr. Terrific, I'm gonna have to lean on some of the other guys to tell you that because I don't know much about.
There was a great book called The Terrifics. It was like DC's version of the Fantastic Four.
Yes.
You're gonna have to go with JSA. You're gonna have to go with JSA from '99 to 2006 because that's where you see the best of him.
John's JSA, where he got. That's where he really took off for me. What was the miniseries before that, Cliff? Wasn't there like a 3-issue Prestige mini or something where he had his grand debut? I'm thinking Dr. Midnight. Never mind.
Yeah, it was Dr. Midnight.
Yeah, no, he showed up in the Spectre as Michael Holt. He shows up in JSA number 5 as Mr. Terrific.
Yeah.
So yeah, JSA is where you'll get the most grounded version of him, and then there's a post-Infinite Crisis series of Justice Society of America, also written by Jeff Johns. And then there's 2 versions of the Terrifics where he takes on a more Mr. Fantastic role. And I don't know. His personality has shifted quite a bit between them.
Well, I mean, he even changed from that Spectre, that first appearance in the Spectre, to his JSA debut. There were a lot of changes, just whole cloth changes of the character between those 2 appearances, right? If I'm remembering it correctly.
I don't feel like it's super drastic. I felt it was more drastic when we do the new 52 switch.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Because
Nerdy will between me, Cliff, we will give you a list of books if you want to read more up on Mr. Terrific and
has that new book started shipping yet? Has that the first issue of that new year 1 miniseries out?
Yeah, I think they're up to issue 2, Cliff.
Okay.
I'll say this: the version of the Justice Gang we saw in the movie, they called them the Justice Gang, but some people have indicated that they may have been a stand-in for the Terrifics because the Terrifics were Mr. Terrific, Metamorpho, Plastic Man, and Phantom Woman. You got 4 people wearing matching uniforms, but they kind of changed 2 of them out.
Hey, I hope. I actually still hope we get a version of the Terrifics in the DCU because you already have Mr. Terrific and you have Metamorpho. And if you don't think James Gunn doesn't want to do Plastic Man, you out of your mind. We're getting Plastic Man.
What's his name?
It's Darren Aronofsky and Ari Aster are currently writing Plastic Man.
Jean Ralphio from Parks and Rec. What's the guy's name?
Ari Aster.
Yeah, it's not Ben Schwartz anymore, Joe. It's Bill Hader.
He's perfect though for it. He's perfect.
Yeah, it's Bill Hader's to lose. It's Aronofsky right now. It's Aronofsky, Aster, and Hader.
Hold on.
All right, we're moving on to.
Let me get this out.
Rick Flag Senior, Ultraman.
But I loved those characters. I thought they were all great.
Can I get it? Can I ask a question just really quick before we move on? I was trying to get a word in edgewise here.
Go ahead.
wasn't there a previous Mr. Terrific before this version of Mr. Terrific? Wasn't there a older?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yeah.
Golden Age one, yes.
Yeah, Golden Age Mr. Terrific. That's what I thought. Okay, I was just trying to.
I thought they were based on the conglomerate, Joe. They were like a mashup of the conglomerate and the Terrifics.
Yeah, I could see that.
No, why the
So we got the
conglomerate?
reveal that Ultraman is a clone. We got the big fight where he gets pushed through to a black hole.
Solid Bizarro origin right there.
Superman did not kill
Or
him.
more
He's still
Ultraman.
alive.
No, he didn't kill him, so it's a possibility to come back.
Yes.
I have
Well,
two theories on the comeback. Either one, it's just like F it, he's a clone, so we get Ultraman, or two, he ends up on a parallel world where he ends up being a little bit smarter there, probably because of their kryptonite, whatever, and ends up becoming Ultraman. And when he comes back for revenge, he's new and improved, and he's got a crime syndicate with him.
He's going to take all of the shit that was sucked into that black hole and build himself a Bizarro world to live on. And then he's going to come back.
Or we
Bizarro.
never see him again. You know, like
I think
those are all
that's
options.
probably the increasing likelihood.
Now, I know some people had a criticism about how he escaped the black hole because all of a sudden everyone became an expert on black holes online.
Oh yeah,
for
we're
some
all
reason.
theoretical physicists now, guys. Did
Yes.
you know that?
This is the comic book world with comic booky characters.
Yeah,
Right, I was
to
just saying,
understand
the first thing wrong is he used super breath to get away from a black hole. Right there, that should have been a reminder that this is a comic book movie, okay? Because that ain't
Exactly.
happening. That ain't happening.
And we have someone beaming in from the basement, a hater, a James Gunn hater, a Kathleen Kennedy hater.
no.
Is it Bill
And here
Hader?
we go.
Is it Bill Hader?
Mad
Hi,
Max
Joe. I don't hate anyone.
from Movie Madness and some entertainment.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having this stream. It was going so long that I was like, "Oh, it's a great topic, great conversation. I'll pop in." I want to see it again. I want to see it again.
If I could mention, oh, sorry, go ahead, Max.
No,
I will say this: I will be having a stream. It will be a one-on-one debate with Josh, International Comics, in the next day or two about the merits of Superman.
Okay. No, I love this Superman. I just wanted more focus on after the beginning of the movie. I wanted more focus on that because it was the stuff with Lois and Clark was so good. I love it.
Bruce, I'm gonna go ahead and dip. I'm getting tired. So
I get
All
it,
right.
Dave. Thanks a lot.
Take it, Dave.
good night, guys.
Good night.
I do want to mention Metamorpho because we haven't talked about Metamorpho that much. I thought he was awesome. I love the the makeup, costume work looked amazing. The showcase of his powers, it was really cool. I like that it got weird, that he was just a severed head, and then he was making all the other appendages, and even seeing his little son Joey. This is the weird, kooky comic booky stuff I wanted to see. Like Metamorpho, I was so happy with that. I really was.
Yeah,
Can I just
I
say
can't believe it was the same guy. I didn't realize it was the same guy from Bill and Ted 3. That was the guy who played Dennis Caleb McCoy, and he was so good in Bill and Ted. And I'm like, I
Station.
No ho Hank, he was fabulous.
What's that?
Yeah, no, I love me some
No
NoHo
ho
Hank.
Hank on Perry.
I've never seen that.
NoHo.
You need
Barry's
to see it.
fantastic.
Fabulous.
Barry is absolutely fantastic until the final season where it all goes to shit.
I don't even think about shit in the final season. I was on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, I was on the edge of my
And say-
seat trying not to fall into the shit that it became.
But he stole the show in Bill and Ted. My name is Dennis Caleb McCoy. And he kept adding new names. It was so funny.
He was on
I will say this: one of the
Strangers
standout side characters of the movie for me also was Metamorpho. I love Metamorpho since Batman and the Outsiders, and it was great seeing him in live action. And his power set is amazing. Him creating a goddamn sun, the part of sort of a sun, to give Superman back his strength and cure him from the kryptonite poisoning. I think Metamorpho is going to be a great character going forward in this universe.
Yes.
Yeah, not Baby Joey though.
I wanna,
not Baby Joey.
I want to
Max
point.
hates babies.
I want to.
Go ahead.
I want to
he's
go back to
Richards.
I want to go back to Ultraman. I want to give props to James Gunn for pulling an element from Superman 4: The Quest for Peace, for creating Ultraman from a piece of his hair.
God. I'm done.
Yeah.
The Superman 4,
Yes.
Superman, the respect for Superman 4 is amazing. Best Superman film of all time. I stand Nuclear Man.
I kind of like that movie. I kind of like
James Gunn.
And
Can we
Blue
get
Jay,
Gunn,
if you notice,
Nuclear
when
Man
he's
in the
wearing-
DCU when James Gunn? Nuclear Man in the DCU.
Blue
Yeah, but
Jay, if
Hammer's-
you
the
notice-
Hammer's
if you
armor.
notice when he's in the Hammer of Baravia costume, the chest plate has the same symbols as the Nuclear Man costume.
Yeah, he's got the Nuclear Man
yes.
dressing on his
They're
armor.
Cook. Make Nuclear
no.
Man. Make him the Thanos of Chapter 1 Gods and Monsters.
Stop,
please.
stop, no.
Turn off the stove. Turn off the stove. Stop cooking.
I'm with that only if they bring back Mark Pillow.
Give him the long
Mark,
silver nails.
I believe
Give him the gold
that
leotard.
ship has sailed, Lucifer. I believe we lost Mr. Pillow.
Well,
I don't
then
want to
get
be a
his
guy. I don't want to
ashes.
be a.
Then get
Oh
his
no!
ashes
Oh,
and put them, stuff them in a pillow, so you have a pillow of pillow.
I am in the correctamundo. He is still alive and kicking, and you can probably
Yeah,
go to
very
Frankenson's. You can probably go to the Hollywood room at Frankenson's and get his autograph on Sunday if you really wanted to.
I'll say this: the engineer, she just seemed there. She wasn't bad, but it's just it felt like anyone could have been in that spot working for
she's
Lex.
Cool. I like her power set when she entered the fortress. First off, I like how she flips up and just kind of shape changes to a different direction and just to throw whatever piece of nano at Crypto. I think that
Oh
her
my God,
powers
she
are
did the-
cool.
Poor Crypto got beat up in this movie.
Yes,
Oh, I heard they deleted a scene where Ultraman punched
He got
Crypto.
punched.
Crypto.
Yeah.
I'm just glad we finally got an original Wildstorm character in a movie. It bodes well for. I'm not sure who the two
let me-
Authority members that are in Supergirl are. I think I know, but I'm not gonna.
Let me
speculate
add Crypto to
any
this
further
little
than that.
discussion also with Ultraman, Engineer, and Metamorpho.
So before we go to Crypto, I do want to say I did expect a little more hints with whatever they was trying to do with the Authority. Like, we got nothing. It's just the Engineer's here and that's it. So I don't know if that was always the plan or he wanted to pull back on some of the Authority stuff, because I don't know if he actually has a concrete thing of what he wants, how he wants to approach it. I don't know, but
we got a question.
But there are two additional members of the Authority in Supergirl that will be introduced in Supergirl, so he'll have 3 team members. Next summer.
I
So
feel he
think
has an approach. The last conversation that takes place with her before it just becomes an all-out brawl and she's left unconscious is Superman trying to appeal to her to stop so they can stop Lex. And I feel like that's a really important thing, that and the "oh no, I'm gonna die," like those are the last 2 things that she's
planting
conscious
seeds.
for.
Planting
And
seeds.
I feel those are genuinely planted seeds. And I think that perhaps we will be introduced to the Authority movie through her eyes. She may be our entry point character. I suspect.
All right, let me get to Ray's comment. I want to understand Engineer's hatred of Superman to the point she let Lex stuff a bunch of nanites into her. I think for me, the Engineer represents somebody in the real world that has been fear-mongered to, and they will do anything that they normally wouldn't do.
Didn't you
I would have to say my example would be immigrants in this country. There has been so much fear-mongering with immigrants in this country. I think Lex has spent the last 3 years of Superman's existence fear mongering to the average person in this world. And we all know it doesn't take much to fear for somebody to start hating someone to the point that they would try to kill them. We know this.
Didn't she have a throwaway line like, Lex, you know I hate the metas more than you? And he was like, yes, I hate the metas and you hate them too. But
yeah,
didn't she emphasize like a general hatred for metas?
Yeah.
And I think she's probably
and she is one now.
sickened that
She is
yeah,
one.
that she's generally sick and she has like she's a self-hating meta.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said she gave up her humanity in order for what she believed in.
Yeah.
Whereas
Whereas
in
in the book, I mean, she's kind of all pure and good from the jump.
Nerdy, what was your thoughts on these characters, including Crypto?
So I thought Ultraman and the Engineer were interesting. You know, when I first saw them on the trailer, I didn't think they were going to be formidable for Superman, but they actually were formidable. And, you know, there were some times where it generally seemed like, how is he going to get out of this without needing help? So I actually enjoyed them. Ultraman was just kind of your standard, you know, brute, nothing too special. I did like the Engineer a little more. Crypto was chaotic good for me because you wanted him to be a good boy, but he was not. He just did whatever he wanted. He's that dog that we've all known that doesn't listen, just destroys everything, but somehow you love it. And that's how I saw Crypto in this movie.
At some point, in every dog I've ever had, at some point, that was that dog. you know?
Yeah, I had a dog exactly like that.
You know, talking about Ultraman, one of the bits of I find it to be rather disingenuous criticism we hear is people are like, well, we just watched Superman get beat up for 2 hours. We just watched Superman get beat up. And it's like, well, you're leaving out a lot of context there because number one, the opening tells us this is the first time he's ever lost a fight. And then it's a spoiler surprise. So I'm not going to just correct people when they say that because I don't know who's reading it. I don't want to spoil it. But when we find out the identity of Ultraman, it's him. So the first time he lost a fight, it's to himself. So it's like, that's really not a valid criticism.
Did you notice that when he peels the mask off that it's literally a mirror image? It's not David Cornsweat's face. It's a mirror image of David Cornsweat's face.
I didn't notice.
One thing I will say,
accurate though, Joe.
let me piggyback on Joe's statement. He was fighting himself, but he had a whole tactical team helping him beat Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Lex spent
and I'm guessing that those moves are hard coded. Those moves are hard coded. Somebody's hitting a key in the Lex Core Tower and the Luthor Core Tower, and those moves are being executed. It's not like he's well practiced. He's literally a puppet. Literally a puppet.
Don't a lot of writers say that Superman's sometimes hard to get because he's so powerful, and then James Gunn said that he needed an end. Maybe that was his end.
Maybe before the 80s he was so powerful, but after Crisis, they really turned down his powers.
Byrne stripped him. He had only like the essentials. He could fly. He was super strong. He had heat vision and freeze breath, and that was pretty much it. Oh, and the protective aura. Didn't he have a protective aura around?
Yes, his
he has
a medium low level telekinesis shield around him that he can extend to other things when he touches it. That's why buildings don't crumble, planes don't fall in half.
That's why his clothes don't get destroyed by friction, like when he's
but the cape. That was Byrne's thing. It was always the cape that was roasted. Everything else was pristine, but his hair was tossed and his cape was in tatters.
I'll tell you one other thing. This is a little such a minor thing, but it would have been nice. One little missed opportunity. There's an actor. I'm going to bet right away that Degrassi knows who he is. I don't know about everyone else because this is a deep cut. There's an actor named Aaron Smolinski. Degrassi, you know who Aaron Smolinski is, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Does anyone else know who Aaron Smolinski is? Aaron Smolinski played Baby Clark in Superman the movie when Jonathan and Martha find him and the truck, is going to collapse and he holds the truck up. That was this young actor.
Yeah, I've seen him.
and he came back for Superman 3,
Superman
playing
3,
the
yeah.
boy in the phone booth. And then Zack Snyder brought him back as one of the army soldiers in Man of Steel. So the young kid who played baby Superman in Superman the movie has continuously appeared in these Superman movies over the years. And it would have been nice if they found a role for him in this.
I
Yeah,
will
but
say
they got
I did
Christopher
love.
Reeve's son instead.
That's true.
Yes, I was about to just mention that Christopher Reeve's son was in this.
Oh yeah.
Also, Raptor number one, because those Lexor suit guys are called Raptors. Raptor number one, who yells at Mr. Terrific and Lois Lane, is voiced by Michael Rosenbaum. Smallville.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Did anyone
One of
pick
those
up on it?
Raptors was supposed to. Luthor was. There's a scene where Luthor's in the cage with Superman, but you don't know it's Luthor.
Yep.
Until.
Did anyone pick
later.
up on Otis's last name?
I forgot what it was. Was it a little bitty place?
It was
Berg?
Berg. Otis Berg.
It's a little bitty place.
Textmarker got her own place.
All right, let's Textmarker, the crew from the Daily Planet. Thoughts on that? I'll let you go first, Max, since you just got here. And by the way,
did you know that there's like a movement of young women who are getting behind Miss Tessmacher as a role model?
Really?
What?
I kind of like Tessmacher. She's all right.
No, I thought
She's
she was
fun.
funny. She was
Yeah,
fun.
don't put up with your
Jimmy.
overbearing man's bullshit.
The selfie thing was a great plot point.
Yeah.
That was really good.
I know some
Go
of
ahead,
my
Max.
friends. Some of my friends don't like Jimmy being the ladies. I love that. I love that new thing for Jimmy. I love.
It's not a new thing.
It's not new.
Okay. Okay, so I love Jimmy. Some of the guy from Saturday Night Live was just one note and a joke. It wasn't funny at all. Like when he couldn't find a seat in the plane. I don't remember his name. All the other Daily Planet. Steve Lombard. Yeah.
He was
Perry
he was
White
perfect. Steve Lombard.
Okay. Perry White was okay. You asked about all the Daily Planet people, right? Lex
Yes.
and everyone else in Superman's characters was great. I want to go back and give. That's the character I want to focus on the most is Lex the second viewing because I didn't like him that much the first. Not that I hated him. I just was like, okay. But yeah,
I still think he's a deranged clone anyway. I don't think that's the real Lex.
You know, it's funny you say that. There was just a storyline where Mercy didn't like the way Lex was behaving because he turned over a new leaf. So she released a superpowered clone of Lex to take out Superman.
Well, you remember the whole Roger Stern, Lex Luthor Jr. thing? Luthor dies, and then I think we're going to see something like that play out over the course of this part of this thing.
Okay. Another thing
Possibly.
I wanted to cover was Lex killing that guy in front of Superman in Metamorpho. Thoughts on that?
I hated that.
That thing was intense.
I really like that scene.
I thought it was great.
That was fantastic.
Yes. Also,
that's a James Gunn part. Like you will add like very dark moments in his movies. Like if you think Guardians 3, that the Guardians 3 was pretty dark. And then you add like that's a James Gunn thing. He will add like a lot of dark elements into that to his movies.
I mean, that's kind of how every kid's movie used to be.
Yeah,
the tone of everything else going on in the like the Pocket universe was really silly, and all of a sudden you have this like really intense like.
You thought that was silly?
Yeah, that's
everything else in the Pocket universe was kind of weird, and then different tone, and then you have this scene where he puts Russian roulette.
People in cages screaming for freedom.
That sounds. Yes, that sounds horrible when you say it like that, Degrassi, but it was actually silly when they were in their cages complaining about some of the stuff they were saying was kind of. It was.
Yeah, I think that's the point. I think that's kind of the point is that a vapid, selfish piece of shit would probably be more concerned with themselves and getting out than helping other people when that's not that was to contrast everything else happening.
Yeah, that Russian roulette scene really solidified Lex as a villain, as a menace,
Yeah.
as a some men just want to watch the world burn type of thing. That's what I really liked about it. We don't need Lex to be a sympathetic character. We just want him to
Yes, I
be
do.
deliciously evil. So maybe you do, Max, but
Yeah.
I just want to see a deliciously evil villain, and that scene definitely solidified that. My only, I wouldn't even say this is like a problem because I still like the scene. I just wanted them to build that a little bit more. I want them to spend a little bit more time building tension in that scene because it felt like it went by really fast, and then we're on to something else. So I was like, maybe if they just drawn that out a little bit longer, maybe involved a couple of other people in that, and then maybe more that maybe would have been too dark if they involved more people in that. But it's just like it felt like that scene could have been drawn out a little bit longer or placed somewhere a little bit better. Because Max does have a point because there was a couple of things in that pocket dimension that came off a little, I wouldn't say silly, but just like the tone didn't fit into with that Russian roulette scene up to that point. Like the tone wasn't fully matching with that, and so when that happened, seeing the people.
Remember there was a bunch of monkeys in there, like just
That was awesome.
We're seeing a bunch of silly over the top, I wouldn't say over the top, but just like kooky weird stuff in the pocket dimension, little stuff like that. And then that really dark Russian roulette scene happens, and I'm like, oh God, wait a minute. And then it doesn't happen very long. It only lasts like 4 minutes, like a 4-minute scene, whatever, and then we're on to something else. I'm like, oh,
you don't think that Russian roulette scene actually made the pocket universe more dangerous because he can kill anyone he wants it there and no one would know? Or
what did Bob the Goon ever do to Joker anyway?
That's
crazy. I'll tell you, I think that scene resonated. That scene cemented. It just cemented. I mean, he was already on his way, but that cemented Nicholas Hoult as like the best screen Lex Luthor we've ever had.
Those dime store boom tubes that Luthor stole.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's apocalypse.
See, that's the thing is Luthor's got boom tubes. Mr. Terrific has an astro harness. What's going on with all this alien technology just hanging out on this Earth?
Darkseid, yay! Aliens exist.
Yes.
Bruno Mannheim.
Rhea also mentioned this earlier. That line, I didn't know this was improv when he said, maybe I'll kill Clark Kent next. I thought that was actually funny.
Oh, that was improv?
Yeah, that was improv.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, I didn't know that was improv.
Yeah.
So wait,
Mr. Handsome, I think everybody thinks Mr. Handsome is a white Martian. I guess we don't really know. We just know he's called Mr. Handsome.
The white Martian. Is that like a white Martian or is just an alien?
I don't know. I'm going to assume. I feel like it's an early version. It's like the first time he cloned something, and that's what came out.
Yeah, Cliff.
That's just my assumption.
So I was assuming the same thing about a clone, but when Superman's like, I'm not a Martian, he goes, oh, it's the same thing to me. Then that's when we meet this white creature. Immediately after he makes that comment about Martians, here's that white creature. But I'm not 100% sure. Because I really feel like if it was a white Martian, I wish it looked more like a white Martian. Also, white Martians would be
Did they
much
cut
more
to anybody when he said? Did they cut to anybody when he said Venusian?
No.
I was just asking. I couldn't remember. I know he mentioned.
I don't remember anything like that. But it's funny that after he makes the Martian comment, we see this white pasty creature. But also that white pasty creature gave me Project Cadmus vibes.
Yeah.
Martian Man.
All right. We talked about positives of the movie. We talked about characters we like. Nerdy Geek, kick off what you did not like in this movie and what more you would like to see going forward.
Oh. I really liked the movie. I I guess if there was one thing I didn't like, I would have liked a more. I mean, the Fortress of Solitude was nice, but I was hoping it to be cavernous, like we see where he's got all of his experiments in there and he's got, relics that he's found throughout the ages and everything. I always like that aspect of the Fortress of Solitude. And this one just seemed like it was just a small little, for as big as it was, it just seemed so tiny. Like there was nowhere in there but that one room. Now I'm sure there were others, but it felt like it was just that.
Yeah.
There's some new doorways there now. Supergirl installed them.
Yeah,
bitch.
Oh, I forgot about that. I'm sorry. Supergirl's cameo. Before we get to thoughts of what's wrong with this, I thought she was great. I thought Millie Alcock nailed it. Crypto, you clearly see that Crypto is her dog, and her saying,
which is funnier in context now. Which is funnier, like in context, because I saw this film twice. But watching it again, just the fact that it's Carl's dog, and just looking at Clark's face throughout the movie, be like, God damn it, I gotta watch this dog once she's out here getting drunk and shit. And it's like he gets so annoyed, just like him, just like Crypto just gnawing at his cape. And
it's like no wonder Crypto's acting up because of Supergirl.
Or even my favorite line of dialogue is like, I gotta find Crypto. Lois is like, well, it's a dog, yeah, not a very good one, but he's alone and pretty scared.
Yeah, my favorite line in the whole movie is, "So is Gary."
It
has a whole lot of meaning for me and my brothers.
Thanks for watching them, bitch.
Joe, what do you think of Kara's appearance in this movie?
She was fantastic. She was fantastic. I'm so excited for that Supergirl movie now. My daughter and my wife both said that she stole the movie in that one little moment. It was perfect, man. It was perfect. And I think I read the comic Woman of Tomorrow, and it's good. It's good. But I kind of thought this might be a mistake for a second movie. This story on another planet and everything like this might not translate well to the public. But I think James Gunn found the in. Playing up this party girl, Supergirl, and if you make it like a buddy film where with Supergirl bouncing off Lobo, like they have an uneasy partnership, that could really work. They could sell the hell out of that movie. Like, I'm so excited to see it now.
Momoa spent approximately 72 hours on that set. It's a glorified cameo.
No. Thanks a lot for ruining it, Degrassi. I was
I didn't make the movie.
I know. I didn't know.
Anybody else want to talk on Supergirl's appearance?
I didn't watch House of the Dragon, so this is the first. No, you already know I haven't finished Game of Thrones. I know. That's another thing. But so this is my first exposure to Millie Alcock, and she looks like she's going to be really good. I cannot wait for her film. I cannot wait for it to come out so people could actually see what a real Supergirl is and wipe the slate clean from that old Supergirl movie we had. And
it's not horrible.
And
you mean the movie where she kissed herself in the mirror?
Her name is Supergirl, and we do have to emphasize that she is indeed a woman, because there's going to be a lot of people that are going to get really weird about this shit the closer that we get to this movie.
Really?
So, yeah.
There's a great line in Woman of Tomorrow. There's a great line in Woman of Tomorrow where she's talking to the young girl who she's trying to help and maybe helping seek revenge for. And she says, "Tell me about you. Tell me about your world." And she goes, "Well, I was just a girl." And then we cut into the story, but it's the fact that in her mind, it's so solidified. I was just a girl. So she could be 18, 19, or 20, but she's still just a girl because like Krypton is yesterday to her, and like it's just part of her trauma. And I thought that's such a great line. And so when people,
I know that the further that the movie got into production, the less it became the less that graphic novel meant to what they were doing with this movie. As it moved along, it became more of its own thing. With the basic, the bones of the story are still there. But like I said, Pink Mist. If you know what Pink Mist is, it's going to be a hard PG-13.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be so much different from that CW stuff too.
All right, Max.
Okay.
What do you
What's
think
Pink
of
Mist, Blue Jay?
cameo, Max?
I really like Millie Alcock from Game of Thrones. She looked great. I didn't necessarily like the bye bitch type thing, drunk, but I understand that I haven't read the comics, and the Woman of Tomorrow that everyone raves about, that fits her personality. I'm still.
It does not.
Huh?
It does not. This is not. This is not the Kara. No, that's why when I forgot who was even talking. I'm sorry. But when you said that James Gunn has found his end, right? This Kara makes the bones of that story make more interesting, because we have this flawed Kara who probably is still ripe with trauma, right? When we enter it.
Yes,
and I think that's going to be more interesting.
Thanks, Cliff. That's me talking, Max here.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just saying who you was talking. I wasn't. Yes. So thanks for that clarification, Cliff. So dealing with the trauma of what happens to Woman Tomorrow, I could see that she could be like overindulging in alcohol or whatever, and she goes to a different planet because a different sun gets intoxicated, right, or something.
Yes.
I don't hate anyone, but I'm open to it. It wasn't what I was expecting the first image to be, but I did like that it's her dog, too.
I'm glad you brought that up, Max, about the red sun and her being able to consume alcohol and get drunk. She's not flying into red solar systems, guys. She's on a ship. She's on a spaceship. So she goes to a spaceship to get to other planets, other solar systems with a red sun. She's not flying. She's not going to suffocate. That's it.
Okay.
There we go.
I love that.
Occam's razor, y'all. Occam's razor. It even applies to comic books.
Can I say something
Josh.
too? I like the cameo. I mean, we did touch upon it earlier, but I did like the cameo. I just I think first time watching, I find it funny that Crypto is Kara's dog, because I was wondering so 3 years as Superman, how is he able to? I was thinking before watching, how is he able to even get watch this dog super dog around? I was thinking how is Pa and Ma and Pa can watch a super dog? Now in context makes perfect sense now, because there's no way to even get this dog to calm the F down.
Nope.
If you can't keep a secret identity of if you try to keep a secret identity of Clark, it's easy. You can't just do it with a dog. He's gonna cause havoc, make the news from the first day.
Yeah.
Yeah, they cut that out. They cut that part out of the movie.
So, anybody else want to?
There's a whole crypto set piece that I think some people got their panties in a bunch over a while back. That was excised from the film.
Anybody else want to talk on Supergirl's appearance? Her influence on minors, or anything about this movie having too much cursing, or
I will say I wish they had given her pants instead of a skirt, especially we recently saw some people going nuts about accidentally seeing up Lois Lane's skirt.
Voltaire was right, even though it was weird to point out.
So therefore, a character who is going to fly in the sky should not have a skirt.
Why not a panel of men not decide what women should wear? If they want to wear a skirt, they can wear a skirt.
That.
If the actress is against
I like that.
Hashtag Max wants to see upper skirt. We got it. Okay.
I mean, no consent and everything.
Has anybody went back to watch Creature Commandos post Superman?
No,
I haven't yet.
Yeah.
No.
I recommend it before Peacemaker starts.
Ooh.
It's funny people want to complain about a skirt, but where's everybody when Harley Quinn was walking around?
I will wear a skirt. I'm gonna get a kilt.
Yeah, I've been I don't know about you guys, but I've been an adult far, far longer than I was
Yeah,
than I was a
do that
child.
again, Max. Don't do that
And I
again.
think most people, most human beings are adults for far, far longer than their children. And I think, we should protect the children. But at the same time, it's a world full of adults. So 28 years ago, I had a job, and the guy that gave me that job beat into my head that what we do here is for kids who are becoming adults. A gentleman's name was Todd McFarlane. You don't mollycoddle generations of kids and then expect them to just get it. And you're going to see a girl you're going to see a girl's underpants from time to time. It happens.
Yeah. Thank you. Wow, that's prolific.
And 50-year-old girls 50-year-old dudes getting their panties in a bunch about it. It never ceases to amaze me.
I will say this about the swearing, and my pal Sean O'Rourke, shout out to Sean. Go check out his review.
Good guy. Embarrassment of a review, but go on.
No, I listen. I don't necessarily. I think he had solid points in there.
That wasn't a review. That was a mandated treatise.
I don't agree with his score. I don't agree with his score.
I'll 1 second, Max. Every time I hear you and Sean and others make their points about this movie, all I hear in my head is this.
It's very low, Bruce.
Yakety sax.
Your sounds are very.
I hear 10 hours of The Price is Right losing.
I'm
horns.
not clutching my pearls or offended by swear words. Okay, I'm not, but I do feel like it makes this Superman more of the current time, and it will not age as well as some of the classic Superman movies. Like
Max, how am I supposed to? Max, I got a question for you.
Returns, whereas this is just fast, quippy jokes and swearing and stuff, and it's not as timeless as the other ones.
How am I supposed to show my young nephews Sean O'Rourke's review when he says the word "fuck" in it? I mean, come on.
Wait.
What am I gonna? How am I? Sean curses and calls innocent farm people toothless, ignorant, poor redneck trailer trash. How am I supposed to let my innocent young? How am I supposed to expose them to that?
They did kind of do the stereotype with his mom, Pa, and it wasn't great.
They were based on real people, right?
Yeah.
They were based on Pat and Tom Christie.
Okay.
Real people who called James Gunn and called the actors playing those characters, left them voice messages and hours worth of recordings so they could study them, their affectations, their dialect, the way they talked.
That's
Christie family lore. Christie family lore even made it into the dialogue. No, what happened, Max, was that he called his friend. He used his friend's family as the basis for the Kents. But, they're just poor, ignorant, toothless, redneck trailer trash.
Well, without the context of that, the way it plays in the movie, in the context of the movie, it seems a little stereotypical to me. But not like overly offensive. It just seemed it's shallow. There wasn't much depth.
Well, people actually talk like that in the Midwest.
Yeah, shit was real.
I don't.
That was That was the realest stuff in the movie.
Okay. I think it felt a little shallow, and not. There wasn't a lot there to those, especially the mom.
That sounds a little ignorant to me. That's just my opinion.
The Pa Kent scene was great. The Ma Kent scene where she's can't even use a cell phone, which that's like old people in the 90s, not old people in 2025.
I'm sorry, Max. You haven't met my mom.
Jesus Christ, man. You guys generalize to the point of making yourself sound like complete.
Yeah, you haven't met my grandma. She's
if it doesn't fit whatever's in your head canon, then you come up with these preposterous notions that all old people can use cell phones.
Everyone could use a phone now.
That's like that ridiculous comment.
You want to? My 85-year-old dad is just down the hall from me. How often do you think he uses a cell phone, Max?
85? Are they 85?
My dad has never used a cell phone, Max.
No, I'm saying, is Mom Pa Kent supposed to be like 85?
No, but when my dad was 65, he didn't use a cell phone either.
Okay, I think
it's these preposterous fucking arguments that you guys make never cease to fucking amaze me.
If I can,
Think it's
not ruining.
legit.
It's not ruining my
Is
day,
Max the-
Degrassi. It's
is
not ruining
Max
my
the
Not
day.
ruining
guy
my
that
day
gave the
either, but it
movie-
does
Hold
make
on,
the
hold
people
on,
that
hold
say
on,
it
one
look
at a
like
time.
colossal
One at a
pieces of
time,
shit.
please. Go ahead, Cliff.
Is Max the guy that gave the movie a 6?
Yes.
Oh, God help you! You opened up Satan's asshole. Good luck with you. So look,
I don't want to go
embarrassing.
anywhere near Satan's ass.
Can I?
well, you brought it. You brought it. You like this movie's a 6.
Let's give some of the viewers context. Max and Degrassi, they do this all the time. Go back
I
and
like
forth. There's nothing
Degrassi.
personal. It's just
nothing
them being
personal.
them.
I just think he's full of shit. That's all.
That's cool. That's great. I don't, and I don't. I'm not listening to your opinion of me. I think it didn't really.
Okay.
That's the least of the
listen,
problems
I gotta
of the
say,
movie for me. That's the least of the problems of the movie.
I have someone very similar to Max who has a very limited view on everything, and and so
I like
I know what it's like.
Come on,
like,
Max.
I
This
know
isn't
Are
a
you
hug
calling
box
me a
now. I thought you didn't like the hug boxes. Now I'm not. I'm playing along.
I can take it. I'm
Okay,
fine.
you didn't like them is one thing, but then to say
I said I'm going.
no,
to
you didn't. You didn't say it, but Yano Dork said it.
I apologize.
I like
for
that name.
bringing
That's a
up
good
the
name.
I
Yano Rock?
What
the hell? Yano Dork.
I love it.
Listen,
Okay.
I'm glad everyone here loves the
All
movie,
right.
and I'm going to give it a second shot.
Can we not talk about people that are not in the panel,
That's true.
please?
That's
I
Can we
cannot
not?
like the. I thought this
Firmly
You can't
grasp
deny
it.
that's funny. You can't deny that's funny.
All right,
I thought
hold
this
on,
shit
hold
would be
on.
over.
Hold
Right
on.
when the
Bruce,
grift,
you can't
when
play
the grift had
innocent
ended.
when you invite all this.
Yeah.
Hold on one
You know,
second. My good
Eventually,
friend Matt
eventually,
is in- hold on.
this wheel will stop running.
1 second. My good buddy Matt is in the chat. I'm from Kentucky. We do kind of talk with a twang.
Okay.
So this is
Okay.
real. People can relate to that. The way they talk. It's not just us guys from the big city, Max, that have a problem. We shouldn't have a problem with the way people talk. Doesn't make them unintelligent.
Yeah, man. I'm not telling you that you can't have any water ice. Am I, Max?
I didn't go as far. As
we're gonna go to the Wawa, get some
I
water
didn't
ice.
go as,
To be
you're-
fair,
I didn't go as far
that's
as
more
that.
my side of the state, Degrassi.
Yeah, but I like you, Joe.
Oh. All right, let's
I'm
get
team
to
water
let's-
ice and John and all that shit.
Oh yeah, movie John. Let's get some movie John.
Movie John.
God. All right, let's
My gosh.
So, anyways,
I
how do
get
you
with you
guys-
guys. Can we just? We're gonna what you didn't like, what you loved about the movie. What score?
Can
Will
I
you
go
see
talk
this movie again? And before we do that, this is a Kingdom of Nerds show, so at some point you had to realize there would be a giveaway.
Damn it! I'm on the panel.
So
again.
if
No,
you're
I'm
on the
kidding.
panel, you cannot win, but you can win and give it to someone in the chat. So the hashtag for the giveaway will be hashtag super spit.
Oh, I know where that came from.
You know where that came from.
I was on that panel.
No baby oil, super spit.
Oh my god. Why?
Hashtag super spit in the chat if you want to enter the giveaway. And tonight's giveaway will be Superman, A Friendship for Everyone. A friendship.
Is that the Milkbone book?
The Milkbone book. I still have a few of these left.
What's the
He's got to put the. He's got the post-it notes. It's
saying it.
because
I'm just gonna write
Superman's
the
tits
winner.
are out. It's because Superman's tits are out. He can't show them.
So, I'll start. The problems with this movie I had were it wasn't long enough for me.
That's what she said.
I wanted.
It's always the girth, Blue Jay. It's always the
I
girth.
wanted. After seeing Supergirl, I wanted more Superman instead of just that little cameo. I don't know. There was a few things, minor things that could have been improved, but overall, I'm giving this movie a 10. I love this movie. I love the chemistry between the characters. I love the Justice Gang. I love Lex. I loved Metamorpho, Crypto. This is the reason I'm not a dog owner.
Wait a minute, hold on.
I have friends for that. If I want to put them in a leash.
Yeah, that's how I am with kids. I don't have
Wait
any.
a minute,
I don't
Bruce.
want any, but
Did
I'll
you buy
entertain
a
yours.
box of Milk Bone one time?
I had 20 boxes of Milk Bone just to get the comics.
Do you eat
I
that shit?
gave most of them away. I
mean, I would
any
never
movie
feed my
that-
dog Milk Bone, but you know, to each his own.
And anyone that I love this movie because I laughed the whole time. I had fun. Everyone around me had fun. You know,
jokey joke.
There was families in the theaters, and I said this in my out of the theater review. There were jokes that a lot of adults didn't laugh at, but the children in the theater actually laughed at those jokes. So there's hope yet for kids to get into comic books. That's my hope. And I left this movie theater smiling. It's been a shitty year for me, personal wise, and it was nice to just have fun for 2 hours and not think of anything, eat popcorn, and make fun of people that didn't like this movie, Matt. So, Nerdy Geek, what is your thoughts, your critiques, and overall score for this movie?
So overall score, I would say, I know you hate it, but I would say 8.93. It's not quite a 10. To me, 10 is the best time I ever had in a theater, and that was at Endgame. But of course, that was something that was built up to. But this was pretty close. I mean, I enjoyed it. I went in with some trepidations about, like I said, Corn Sweat, how he was going to do. I believed in Nicholas Hoult, but I believed in Eisenberg too, and Eisenberg let me down. I enjoyed it. I loved it. I've seen it twice. I'll probably go see it again. My wife loved it. My son, who did not want to watch it because to him, no Superman could ever compare to Cavill. He went and watched it, and he came out loving it and thinking Corn Sweat was a great Superman as well. So I enjoyed it. I mean, anything that I didn't like would just be nitpicking. I mean, there's nothing that was just blatant, like, oh, well, that was awful. But I liked it.
And before I go on to Max after this, Nerdy, and you have not been a Superman reader or a follower of Superman.
No, I haven't. No, I haven't. I was watching Christopher Reeve Superman when I was 4 or 5. So yeah.
No, I'm talking about reading comics. Superman comics.
I read Superman Batman, that series back in 2004.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. Max
and All-Star Superman.
Oh God.
Oh, I just meant I could nitpick I didn't mean I needed to go next. But
can I go next? Because I gotta go to sleep.
All right, go ahead, DL. Old man DL gotta go to sleep because he's old.
Yep, I gotta work, and
and all I have to say to DL is,
what did you do? What did you do? What did you do?
What do you mean? What did I do?
That you got to go to bed early.
Yeah,
because like you're in trouble. Go ahead.
No, I gotta work. Man, yeah, and fiance's waiting for me. But anyway,
oh boy.
but anyway, I'm gonna be short and precise. Probably the only two actual issues that I had with it was I agree that the movie could have been longer. I could have had another 15-20 minutes just to flesh out some stuff with characters. Probably have a little more time with the Daily Planet and the Clark Kent stuff, because I felt like that stuff I really liked, but it didn't have a lot of time with them at the planet and stuff like that. Also, I do feel like there are some minor tonal issues here and there. Because I feel like James Gunn had a better way of flowing the different tones together in previous movies, but there's a couple of parts where it's like we were talking about earlier with the Lex Russian roulette thing. There was jarring, it'll go from being whimsical stuff to being this really serious scene, and then joke after that. So it's like he could have handled it a little bit better, but it wasn't enough to be like, oh, it felt out of place. But yeah, overall, I'd give this movie like I think I'd give it a 9. I give it a 9. I love this film. It pretty much met all the expectations that I wanted to see in a Superman film. It made me very hopeful for the DC universe going forward. We're going to see a whole bunch of different characters. It just made me very hopeful. You know, this is something different. It feels fresh.
How are you typing that at the same time as your review?
That's Ashley.
No, I know.
So
sorry.
But yeah, man, I'm really happy about this. It's probably going to be my favorite Superman film. And yeah.
Oh, he's a solid 8 swinging, 11 standing. He's
oh
my god.
I was like, damn, yeah.
I mean, that's the first thing my wife said. She was like, "Whoo, he's making my corns sweat."
That's fucking funny.
All right, I'm out of here, guys.
Thank you, DL. Take care. Subscribe to IMDL. He has great content over there. Great reviews. Questionable taste in movies, but a good channel overall.
Can I say my?
I think the reason my wife likes him so much is because she's still got a lady boner for Brendan Fraser.
He was almost Superman in the 90s, I've heard.
Yeah. Hey, can I say my thoughts before I
go ahead, DL?
Just call me DL.
I mean, Blue Jay. Oops.
Yeah, it's because you're both black, Blue Jay.
Racism.
My God, they pulled that card.
And you're black as well. That's even worse.
I've been told my black card was taken away.
Oh. Okay.
Brucifer, you're black. I gotta go. I'm kidding.
I've been told that I'm the blackest guy that Dave Perillo knows.
Is he saying you naked?
I don't know.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I've been told I'm
Joe, you sent me a picture with you and the guys in that mall. You are the whitest guy I know.
I've been told I'm the blondest and bluest Jew anyone's ever seen.
But anyway,
go ahead, Blue Jay.
Well, the only critique I have is that I think when the second trailer dropped, I love that trailer. It looked very overstuffed because I fear because you got the kaiju, you got Justice Gang, you got the Pocket Universe, Metamorpho, Baby Joey. Apparently, is like there was so much stuff that's going on in this movie that I fear is going to be overstuffed. It still is in this movie, but upon watching it, like the Hammer of Baravia, like that giant robot thing, that's actually Ultraman. Okay, that makes sense. And like it's starting to make sense watching it. Like I saw it twice. It started to make sense. And I still think is a lot of stuff going on, like the Justice Gang. Like Hawk Girl and Guy Gardner, they got the screen time that they deserve, but it's they're clearly just setups for stuff in the future. But that's
you guys
kind
know
of like, but
with the concept of passively consuming something over actively consuming it, and how we've kind of been conditioned to passively consume media through second screen viewing.
Yep.
And that things that challenge us to pay attention and require us not to be on another screen while we're watching it only feel overstuffed and fast paced because of that.
Yeah.
Because our attention spans have just been diluted to such a point, and like our neuroplasticity is gone. The human mind has no capacity for neuroplasticity and thinking anymore. So a lot of the criticisms that I see are just like are kind of generational, I think.
It was overstuffed though. It might have worked for you there's a lot going on here.
It wasn't overstuffed for me.
There's
Life
a
is
lot of
overstuffed.
characters, a lot of I didn't have my phone on once during it. You know, I tried to get.
Well, getting
All
back
right,
to my
let Blue
point
Jay
is
finish,
that,
please, so you can get
oh
out
no,
of here.
just getting back to my point. I didn't it didn't as feel as bloated as I feared it would be, because it's a lot of it starts from like the way that the scenes are flowing together. Okay, it made sense, even though they just throw you at this moment, everything just starts to like unfold pretty clearly, but it does feel pretty bloated in some parts. So I think that's the only critique I have. I have nothing else. This movie's great. I would give it a 9, like DL. Like this, like I feel like James Gunn doesn't miss. James Gunn doesn't miss to me. Like he really
11 of 10, no notes. Oh, maybe one note more.
11 out of 10. This is the perfect movie. I would shit on you if you shit on this movie.
I just kind of like I was sitting there and I was opening my eyes and I was watching it and I'm like, the deeper I got into it, I'm like, yeah, this is an indictment of this genre. What does anybody say after this? If anybody's actually trying to say something with these movies, what does anybody say after this? What's there to say? It kind of makes everything moot after this, whether it's DC, Marvel, who the fuck ever. It doesn't matter. Yeah, man, that was just a good goddamn movie. I don't know what to nitpick something to the point of convincing myself I didn't like it seems self-defeating.
Right.
I don't know. I guess it's just as a lifelong Superman fan, a reader, since I could read, I've been reading Superman comics since we had a television, a black and white television. I was watching even Super Friends in black and white, and it just fit. It was much like the animated series was a perfectly crystalline encapsulation of everything that makes this character in his world appeal to me. It was that good. I'm not going to call it a masterpiece. I don't think any superhero movie is a masterpiece. Not even Black Panther. That's
this is way better than Black Panther.
Oh God, yeah, Black Panther is a good movie. Don't get me wrong, but it did not deserve any Oscar nominations beyond the technical, and even then is a stretch. I understand. I understand its cultural significance. I understand everything about it except it getting Oscar nominations.
I've actually come to the conclusion that I'm not a Ryan Coogler fan.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get it. I
thought it was a phenomenal film about right to power, but I don't have the energy for anything. I have no more energy. I have to say goodnight. 10 out of 10. No notes. I've been reading Superman for 40 years. Loved it twice. Fucking great. Awesome. Gave me the Superman I wanted. Lois I wanted. Lex I wanted. Crypto was fun. Had a great time. Everybody, have a good night. Love your comments.
Cliff. And subscribe to Cliff on Comics, guys. Great channel, great reviews.
Yep, I'm heading out as well. So 9 out of 10.
Later, Blue Jay.
Can't wait for
Peace, Blue Jay.
Can't wait for James Gunn, we trust. He never misses. Can't wait for Supergirl and tear Max up a new one.
No,
does James Gunn even have an executive producer credit on Supergirl? Is he anything on that movie but the studio head who greenlit it?
I will say this: Craig Gillespie, who's directing Supergirl, he's made some great movies.
Yeah, it's my understanding that James Gunn did not have anything to do with this movie except he is the studio head who greenlit it.
Here's the thing, though: Craig Gillespie's made some great movies, but he also made Lars and the Real Girl. So
you don't
he does have a blemish on his resume. But anyway,
All right. Do I want Joe to go next or Max?
Oh, I'm ready to go.
Go ahead, Joe.
And besides, I do have to go pee tinkles. I give this a 5 stars. 5 stars.
5 out of 10.
As close to perfect as you could possibly get. If I have one criticism, and it is a minor one, It maybe could have been just a tiny bit longer to let some of the moments breathe a little. No more than 10 minutes, because one of the great strengths of this movie is its runtime. We've had so many bloated movies lately that just go for too long, and this was so refreshing how the pace was really, really good. So it's like I might add like 10 minutes, but no more than 10 minutes, just to kind of maybe let a couple scenes breathe. That is my only complaint. This gave me everything I could have possibly wanted. It gave me things I didn't know I wanted. In the 80s growing up, I've always loved DC Comics. DC Comics is like my first love. And I would sit reading Justice League International in like grade school and high school. And I would daydream because like the Batman movies were out. We were getting a lot of Batman movies then. And I would daydream like, what if we got a movie that had Guy Gardner and Booster Gold and Garrett? And I always thought that's a pipe dream. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. They're just going to make Superman and Batman movies, and that they're not going to go with these B-list characters. And then you get a movie like this that feels directly inspired by those Justice League International comics. It's just so it's if it's not perfect, it's so damn close. I haven't enjoyed a superhero movie this much since The Flash 2 years ago.
I'd put it in the same category as The Flash.
Absolutely.
It's not the way you're putting it, though.
Well, then you're being dishonest because you loved The Flash. I was there.
I had fun with The Flash.
I was there. You gave that a glowing review, and then you changed your review a couple years later.
You love The Flash.
I was happy to meet up with you, Bruce, Joe, another friend, and Rhea, and go to a theater, one of the best theaters I've ever been to. The first time I met some of you in real life. And then Joe won't let me come back. No, I was kidding. Well, I'm going to be visiting you soon, Joe. Is it my turn? Can I go?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. My expectations may have been too high. I, like a lot of people that are critical of that go overboard about previous versions of DC, like move on.
Hold on 1 second, Max.
Yeah.
We have somebody else beaming into the show.
RJ? Okay. I thought it was gonna be
Howdy, what's up?
I thought it was gonna be Sean.
Do you have his theme music?
No,
I don't have the RJ song.
I can sing it.
Go ahead, sing it.
It's RJ. It's RJ. It's RJ.
Go ahead, Max.
All right. So I wanted to like this a lot more. I am ready to move on because I'm not gonna crap on anyone else thinking things gonna happen. It just ultimately, when you got to the salary of Corn Sweat, $750K, I was like, there's no way they could have that. We already kind of knew that Warner Brothers didn't have the money to bring everything back. And
it's almost like we've been saying this.
I know that, RJ, but to get the facts yes, Degrassi, groan if you want. I'm saying I already knew this too, but to get it that concrete in print, like all the salaries, like, yeah, there's just no way. But I didn't love the movie. I love Superman. I love Corn Sweat. This could have been my favorite Superman and Lois. And then the middle of the movie and the rest of the movie goes on. I really like the start. I really like the interview. I would really like a deeper Superman story, and it's called Superman. And I know people are like, well, Superman's in it, it's still a story. Yes, but there's a lot of other characters that the focus shifts to for them saving Superman. And when I go back, I'm going to more focus on the Justice Gang and Lex, because if I just go into it not wanting an amazing Superman movie, which we've had many amazing Superman movies, and I focus on the other stuff, I might like it more as a launching pad for everything else happening. Like, I'm really looking forward to Peacemaker season 2 after this, because we're going to get more Hawk Girl, we're going to get more Hawk Girl. Lex, I was disappointed in. I know people are like, but that is Lex. He's just an asshole. I kind of like the villains where you kind of like not sympathize, but you could see their worldview and be like, oh yeah, Superman's dangerous, and not just like a misogynist, like hurting his girlfriend. Yeah, he just straight up threw something at his girlfriend in anger, and then the Russian roulette thing.
I don't think that makes him a misogynist.
Well, okay.
Because he treats everyone like that, because he treated his
just violent,
office staff like that, by dropping the pencils on the floor.
Yeah,
we got a super chat. Hold on 1 second. Blue Jay 199. I'm a punk rocker. Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And then I think I did feel like it was. I do feel that the reports were accurate. There was a longer cut, things were timed differently. And what RJ said is it was supposed to be one day, a day of the week. Each thing. It felt
That was the
very
initial idea.
Literally, you know how the text at the beginning of the movie was?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just literally a little blurb goes across the screen that tells you what day it is. That's it.
No, I understand, Degrassi. I'm just saying the pacing felt very rushed for me, and sequences didn't have.
It would have
enough
been
time
the
to
exact
breathe.
same pace, though.
It was going to be.
Yeah, the pacing and tone issues were all over the place for me, and then I really like some really epic Superman battle sequences, and I'm in the minority here. People love the Superman sequences. For me, it was really fast, twirling around, over quick. And the best sequences went to like Mr. Terrific and other characters.
The entire
or Crypto.
act is some of the best Superman action we've ever seen ever.
Okay. Well, I didn't like the special effects and action for when Superman's in the mid.
Let's just let Max finish his thoughts and his score.
Yeah, but I want to give it a second shot. I want to like it more. I'm hoping if I see it again, maybe I'm going to do a second view review for movies that I really think deserve a second viewing. I'm hoping it'll get to a 7.5 out of 10, maybe. Now that my expectations are gone, that's why I like the second view the most. Is your expectations are gone of what you think it's going to be.
I got a question for everybody. Max has given us an answer. How often have you guys go back to a movie that you've seen that you didn't like and have found a renewed love or appreciation for it?
Never.
I have a bunch. Suicide Squad was one of them. James.
I mean, I'm not just saying this to be oppositional. If I don't like a movie the first time I watch it, I'm not going to give it another chance.
Unless it's really bad. Yeah.
It's very rare. It's happened to me a couple of times. One of the more prominent ones I can remember is Batman versus Superman. The theatrical version versus the Ultimate Edition was one. Where it's like, oh, you got to get like a full picture of the story and a better idea of like what the intention was.
Oh, there's two big ones that recently for me in the last for superhero movies. The one that I did not like was Wakanda Forever, and now I love it. After I watched it at home, I gave it a second viewing, and then the other
movie
one was
is unwatchable as far as I'm concerned.
Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, they shouldn't have made it.
Well, okay, I enjoyed it a lot, and then the Suicide Squad. I think the other thing that helped me like the Suicide Squad more was watching Peacemaker and then watching Suicide Squad again. Now I love it. So
corporate chill.
And it was because RJ said give peace a chance. I don't like being labeled a hater. I want to like things. People are different.
I will say this, Max. I think a lot of people are shocked by your heel turn. And I think that's just you being you. And people aren't used to it yet.
Yeah,
I know I've been around Max a lot off streams, and he up until now he worried about people's feelings and he wanted to keep friends, but that way doesn't work for the internet. If you're trying to build a brand, you have to be totally honest all the time and believe what you say and do the things you say you are. So
right,
I could see where Max is coming from. We're not here to shit on Max. I'll do that when he's not here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Go ahead, Max.
No, I appreciate you saying that. That's honestly what I've been feeling a lot lately. Is I really do kind of censor myself on live streams because I don't want to offend people that really like it. And I ultimately people that love. I'm very happy people love this movie. I'm not convinced it's going to do great second week and third weekend, but I want it to. Like if it makes. Especially since I don't want to pay Sean O'Rourke money. I'm going to owe him money if it.
Well, you don't.
By the way, it's
had
the best Monday and Tuesday.
That's great. I was shocked by that. Okay,
so
that's great.
Yeah, I was shocked by that too. I didn't think it would reach 13 million today.
I'm not shocked at all.
Either
and
am I,
15
honestly.
million tomorrow is crazy on Tuesday.
And I wouldn't go see it a second time. I'm probably going to try to see it Thursday because my wife is going to do something with her friends convention.
And then when it has like a 20-25% drop on its second weekend, Again, I'm just speculating.
Mm-hmm. That would
we're
be.
Still here. We will still hear the rees of the self-victimized.
I don't think anyone's scared by this box office yet, but it has some signs of life. The Monday, Tuesday.
I don't know. I think I know a couple people that are real scared. They make it a point every time they open their mouth to tell everyone they're not going to go see it.
Okay.
But they're super interested about it, so much that every question they ask is, what about this part? What about this part? Just go see the fucking movie, dude.
I'm done.
I seriously, people just like, oh, you say you like the movie, you're virtue signaling. You know, you say you don't like the movie that you haven't seen, and is that not virtue signaling? I'm not going to go see this movie. Because
I will say this. I will say this. As long as I've been on YouTube, people, you guys can agree with me or not. I've never constantly talked bad about something I didn't want to watch, or I wasn't interested in, or I didn't like. I find being on YouTube, I find that whole thing weird, because in real life, people don't do that. People don't go out of their way to talk about.
I gotta go spend $17 to see this movie so I can shit on it for clicks. The fuck out of here.
Sean O'Rourke, they are forecasting.
Am I wrong though?
This weekend, I think it will 60% or higher.
Depends on your audience. My audience hates it when I don't like this movie.
Well,
I don't gain anything. I don't gain anything. Depends on what the audience you curate.
You know, I will say this. I have a pretty open audience. My audience.
That's the thing, man. Creators.
The
last thing a creator needs to concern themselves with is curating an audience.
Yes.
Your audience finds you. Your audience curates you.
Okay. You know, I may not agree with everything my panelists say or people in the audience. I have been very critical of Sean O'Rourke, but I respect his opinion. I've been very critical of Max. I respect his opinion. I have been way critical of RJ.
Yeah, but don't.
And me, RJ,
have you ever had a situation, Bruce, where somebody says something so fucking credulous and disingenuous, and the words coming out of their mouth, it just oozes bullshit, and it prevents you from ever taking anything this person says seriously ever again. That's where I'm at with Sean O'Rourke.
Oh my God. We got to get you two on the screen together.
Wow, that's a mic drop.
Jeez.
Degrassi.
But anything else you guys want to say about this movie?
I haven't
given
my score.
This is going where the DCU is going? Do you think
I can go.
Do you think The Rock will be cast in the movie? Go ahead, RJ.
All righty. First off, thank you to Warner Brothers for providing my first screening access. Hashtag WB partner. So take my thoughts, because I'm the most unbiased working man on the internet. My thoughts are purely genuine. Nobody pays for access here. Working man YouTuber. Genuine thoughts only.
That triggers so many people. That intro, yes. Yeah.
RJ, did you get the name of your handler?
Yeah, my handler's name is Max.
If he's your handler, I advise you to find someone else.
Nah, I'm messing around. I did get to get an early screening though, which was nice. It was a cool experience getting to do that. I've seen the movie 5 times now at this point. I saw it in IMAX twice, ScreenX, 40X 3D, so I've gotten like the whole shebang experience for it. You know, it's improved for me on every subsequent rewatch. I've said before that my only criticisms, honestly, is just I wish it was about 15 to 20 minutes longer. I think it would have helped. This is a movie where I was actively left wanting more. But yeah, I've seen the movie 5 times. I'll probably see it a 6th time this weekend. Go take my mom to go see it.
Okay.
But every time I've gone to see it, I mean, I've had a blast with it. You know, it's been great to share with the experience of seeing it with a bunch of fans who are just really excited and really loving what they saw. You know, my dad has grown to really love the movie as well. My dad was the one who introduced the character to me way back when I was a kid, and he walked away really loving so many aspects of it, which was
I think
great.
me and your dad would be fast friends, RJ. I really do.
Oh yeah. I mean, my dad, he really loves this character and really cherishes so much about him. And he walked away from this. He told me even that he has been enjoying it more on subsequent rewatches. Like he's gotten more out of it, and he like one of the things he told me was that he just loved the fact that it was just a pure Superman story. He was like, "Thank God they didn't show the origin again. I just got like a pure blooded Superman story, just jumping right into the action." Um, like I said, I've seen the movie 5 times at this point, and like I said, I found aspects of it that have worked better for me each time. I think that Rachel Brosnahan is easily the best Lois Lane we ever had.
Yeah.
I think some of the action in this movie is just some of the best stuff I've seen in any Superman movie, flat out, period, ever. I mean, that third act entirely is just pure comic book movie magic to me. I felt a lot of the Raimi-isms as well. A lot of Sam Raimi inspiration with this movie, ironically enough. I've sung it to high praise already. I mean,
Don't say Raimi's name and DC in the same sentence, RJ.
I know. But this is a special movie for me. I mean, it's something I've been excited for a long time. I don't make any qualms about that. I've been looking forward to this for a while. Delivered everything I could have asked for and more. I think when all is said and done, this was kind of like that breath of fresh air the genre desperately needed. I think this is definitely the movie that we need right now, especially just in terms of trying to like reinvigorate the discussion, just reinvigorate the energy with this genre of movies. I can't sing its praises higher enough. I mean, like I said, it's not a perfect movie. I think there's some stuff that they could definitely improve upon for if they make another one. If they make a sequel, there's some stuff that they could definitely build upon for this. But it did exactly what it needed to do. It laid the
ifs, homie.
It laid
Ain't
the
no ifs.
foundation for this universe. It laid the foundation for where things need to go from here. But I said repeatedly, many a times, I don't care if I get another DC movie after this in this universe. I just wanted a great Superman story, and I got it with this one. So I'm happy with it. Hashtag WB partner. Thank you for the screening access. Definitely not paid for or bought for by Warner Brothers. Pure blooded thoughts, because I'm the working man and the working teacher YouTuber.
That's awesome.
RJ, I do have a question for you. I know you've had a tough couple of months with your access and everything, and would you change anything about anything you've done in the last 3 months as far as letting people know how much access you've had?
I wouldn't change a damn thing.
Good for you. Stick by your morals and stick by who you are. And
I wouldn't change anything. Honestly, the past 3 months have been some of the best times of my life. I've gotten to meet so many amazing people. I've gotten to do some amazing stuff for the past 3 months. I wouldn't change a thing, because I love movies. I love talking about movies, and it's a lot easier to be negative. It's a lot easier to tear stuff down. It's a lot harder to stick by something that you want to support. It's a lot harder to stick by what you feel, but you stay the path, you stay true to who you are. I feel like you get rewarded in the end. So,
yeah. And one thing I do want to say to Sean O'Rourke, I don't think we've ever been on panel together. I would love to be on panel with you because I love hearing different opinions, different voices on shows. I don't want to be in an echo chamber because that's not what I want my channel to be like. I want everyone to feel like they can express themselves and have a good time. At the same time, criticizing each other. At the end of the day, leave as friends. I know that's not going to work with everybody. That's what I want for my channel. I want for my friends, and I want for the panelists. And I hope that this has been a comprehensive discussion. Everyone's views were respected. Nobody dog piled on Max like
I feel
Voltaire
really
wants everyone to do.
I feel really
Hashtag
lucky.
Voltaire holds on Max's balls.
Real quick though, before we end the show,
Go ahead.
I do demand that Mad Max apologize to
I have
Joseph
nothing.
Quinn.
I have nothing to apologize about.
That's
I
I
think so.
said the marketing at the beginning. The
Other
trailers,
thing I want to say
the
real
trailers
quick.
are beginning better for that. For me,
David Cornswit's a really good dude.
You met him?
Didn't meet him. I talked to him a little bit, but
oh, cool.
He reached
cool.
out to me actually. It was
wow, really? That's amazing.
It was very sweet. Yeah, it was sweet.
That's great.
Nice.
He's
That's
a very
awesome.
nice guy.
I didn't know this. Is this an exclusive that no one told you? Didn't say this yet?
No, I didn't want to make it public, but it was just like he reached out with the little.
Nobody's watching my channel anyway. Don't worry about it.
No, that's awesome, man. That's great.
That's
no, I think he's a great dude.
Buddy.
I think he's a great dude. I can't wait to see what he does outside of Superman too, because he's got really good acting chops.
He wants to be in Star Wars so bad. Yeah. I hope somebody gives him something with that, because I think he'd be like a kid in a candy store with that.
Oh, let's not go there, RJ. Come on now.
What? I'm just saying, it'd be nice.
There's not gonna be any Star Wars movies ever again. We all know this.
Oh yeah.
Lucasfilm is broke. Kathleen's on her way out.
No, you want me to clarify, because everyone misrepresents.
Well,
I don't. I heard everyone say. Hold
on one second. Hold on.
I am muting my shit.
Hold on.
An explanation from Max.
Anyway, shout out to Nerdy Geek. He has a new channel. He has 87 subs. Trying to get him to 100 subs. He does great videos on comic books, reviews, pickups, and please subscribe to his channel. Let's get him to 100 views. He is a new member of the Round Table at the Kingdom of Nerds. So show him some love, guys. Now go ahead. What were you guys saying?
I just need to do some clarification. I've had a lot of criticisms of Kathy
Joseph Quinn,
and where I will say other YouTubers are correct. Kathy has been doing good things lately, and the movies are filmed.
Come on, we're not going to get into
Andor had a lot of awards nominations today, which is amazing. And there is a movie already. There is a movie filmed, and I said something rather than nothing is an improvement. There hasn't been a movie in the theaters for how many years? So
we know all this, Max. We know all of this. You're not clarifying anything. You're just going over the same shit you go over every night.
No, you said you framed it like I said Star Wars.
All right, we're not gonna turn this into a Star Wars thing.
No.
I didn't frame shit. I just said that
we could discuss this backstage because we've been going 3 hours. 3 hours. So at this point, I will do the giveaway.
Wait, do I not get to win if I'm on the panel? I have to leave first.
That what?
You said the panelists can't win. I really want to win that comic book. Do I have to leave?
I don't know. Go ahead. I'll give you a pass.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll say that.
Get out of here. Go on the panel. Go on the audience. All right. All right. So let's give. We have 15 people in the giveaway. We have 32 people watching. 27 people watching. Only 15 entered. Hashtag super spit. All right, and that is for the Milkbone comic. A Friendship Unleashed #1.
Dog, you want a Milkbone?
So with that, the winner of tonight's giveaway is Cliff on Comics,
which means
hoorah, hoorah!
He told me before he
Congratulations.
left. He said, "Give the if he won, give it to Matt, Heroes from Hire Comic Club."
Congratulations, Matt. I like Matt.
Sub up to Heroes for Hire's Comic Club. Great. He does a lot. He does good cinema where he picks a great movie, loved by all, and bad cinema. It's so bad it's good movies. He did Frankenhooker.
Has he done? Oh, one a day?
He did Frankenhooker. guys. I love
Has
that
he
movie.
done Eat and Run yet?
Not yet.
If he does Eat and Run, tell him to hit me up.
I will. So with that, I hope everyone had a great show. I enjoyed myself. Everyone is welcome here. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. Do I have to like it? No. Am I going to criticize you for it? Yes. Are we going to be friends afterwards?
Entitlement does not equal validity. You are entitled to an opinion. That does not mean it is valid.
Screen froze. So with that, thank you everyone for hanging out for 3 hours as we have had a civil discussion about Superman, and this next project is Peacemaker season 2. Hopefully that does well. Next week is Fantastic Four, so Fantastic Four coverage will be in full swing next week, and Nerdy has that awesome Daily Planet newspaper Dropbox.
Yeah, that's the best one. Is that the only one you got, Nerdy?
That's the only one I got. I got the cup with the cake,
and
but that's the only one.
That's
that's the best. That's my favorite one. The
you have
newspaper.
back there, Nerdy Geek.
What's that?
That's epic stuff behind you. Those figures and statues, and
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
so
nice
don't
stuff.
forget.
All the statues I got are old, just all the old Bowens, all the old Bowen design stuff. I don't have any.
Yeah, I remember the Bowens.
Really. Yeah.
Don't forget. Tomorrow, Thursday, I have my On the Hunt DCU logo videos. That'll be episode 21. Friday, Off the Shelf. Lady Fantastic will return to defend her Jeopardy championship. And then Sunday, join me, Nerdy, and Joe's Doolin, and Matt, Heroes for Hire Comic Club, for the other comic show. Make sure you have that notification on. Make sure you signed up sub up to Movie Madness and Entertainment. And sign up and subscribe to Degrassi Knowles on
Yeah,
YouTube.
come at me. Come on, let's do it. Let's go. Get in the ring.
So with that, have a good night. Take care. And may the force. Fuck it. I will play this before I forgot I didn't play this the whole stream.
Who are you? I'm Ray. Ray who? Ray Skywalker.
Thank you, Kathleen Kennedy.